We will fix the WoW sound in a second. I'm a psycho and I normally play WoW without sound, just because I listen to like podcasts or audiobooks or God knows what else. But today we're playing WoW. I'm a little bit late today. Today is I've said this last stream too, but I have the whole week to do nothing, which is exciting because it's my birthday week, but still doing some running around in between. So that's why we're a little bit late today. But I believe we're going to do tomorrow to do Baldur's Gate, which is super exciting. I was going to do Baldur's Gate today if WoW wasn't up, but because WoW is up, I'm excited to check out the new patch. So hopefully... Okay, let's start by saying thank you. We reached 230 subscribers. I don't know what the hell happened in the past like 24, 48 hours, but I feel like we got 4 subscribers, maybe 5 subscribers, which like at first it felt like we were getting a sub maybe once every few months, maybe if we're lucky, which I'm grateful for. Like, it's not the fact that anybody finds this channel is crazy to me, but just thank you so very much to those people. Thank you to the people that subscribed before, but the new people that joined, I appreciate you checking it out. I hope you enjoy. We don't play WoW every stream. Today's a little different. To be fair, it's sort of variety. So if you don't like today's stream, tomorrow will be different. The one after might be a little bit different. Generally, how it works is we commit to one game, and that's what we play for most days. And then maybe there's one bonus day where we'll play a different game. But when we do a playthrough, the 3 days that are our stream schedule, we play that same game until we beat the game. So that's generally how it works. And when we're all over the map, I'm always open to recommendations. And we played Hollow Knight, Expedition 33, WoW. Like, it's been horror. It's been all over the place. So just a sec. And we'll get right into it. I do apologize. I just have to fix something on YouTube, as always, right? So I'm super stoked. For those that like are in the pocket of WoW and do understand WoW talk, I think BlizzCon is really soon. So Classic Plus must be coming out really, really soon, I believe, right? I can't wait for that. I mean, don't get me wrong, retail's okay. Like, this is an example of what we're doing. Like, I could show you guys. Like, we can do this just one time. I'm not a huge fan of this. I should notify Discord we're live, actually. One sec. All right. So this is like, we'll do the sound, right? Because WoW doesn't have sound right now, and that's probably weird to just hear my voice without the WoW sound. There, hopefully that's not too loud for WoW. It's hard to tell sometimes with WoW, because it seems louder. Like, it's like Diablo, it gets pretty loud. So this is content that I played around with yesterday. I got the whole set for all this already. It was very grindy. There's no mount or anything, but it's just, you just dive, and like, you could shoot the fish, and there's like achievements and stuff. Instead of shooting the fish, you could loot the treasures. There's all kinds of different stuff here you can do. I got 2 transmog sets, and I think that's it. You could unlock a pet and other stuff if you keep doing the achievements here. And what you're watching is pretty much the whole thing. And there's more challenging fish. Some fish have more armor. These guys up here have some armor. If you go even further, like this guy has like 4 plates of armor, so you have to hit him 4 times before you can actually catch him. And if you keep going, there'll be like a legendary one that's even harder to capture. So you just keep grinding here, catching fish, looting stuff, picking treasures, and then eventually you, that's how you travel faster. You just see it just hooks you. And then you just keep upgrading, you move faster, maybe you can reduce the armor faster, I don't know. It's not a bad idea. It's not my favorite thing, but I like to see Blizzard experimenting. I don't know if not having a mount here was a good call. Okay. Blizzard is stuck in a conundrum. Blizzard creates something like this Abyss Anglers, and if they put a mount associated with it, people then complain, you're forcing us to do this content sucks, I don't want to do this content, but I have to do it to get a mount. That's a personal problem, and you're an idiot if you think like that. Allow Blizzard to experiment and create fun content and try to incentivize people to try content. Putting a mount there doesn't mean you have to grind it, but it would be fun to work as a carrot on a stick to say, normally I wouldn't do this, but that's a pretty cool mount, so I'll give it a chance, and maybe it'll be a fun experience. Maybe it's not the greatest thing, and maybe it's not something I'm going to do every expansion, but maybe in between patches, while I'm not raiding, while I'm waiting for something to do, while I'm waiting for the kids to get their shoes on, or I'm waiting for school to start, maybe it's 5-10 minutes you can do something for fun. Like, we need to be able to encourage Blizzard to think outside the box and to try to create compelling content that's not just the same old. So that mentality of like, oh, now you're forcing me to do this so I can get the mount. it's a toxic mentality, and it just leads to the destruction of the game overall. Do you have to have every... Oh, yeah, that's a good question. So Alex said, do you have to have every mount? To answer his question, unfortunately, yes, I do, because I'm addicted to the game. So I sympathize with those people, but it's still the wrong mentality. Like, there's many times where, like, I gotta have a mount. I gotta have a mount. Like, I don't want to do the grind, but I do it. And to be fair, it's like, there's sort of fun in that. That's sort of what an MMO is. I think that's lost on people. People complain about the grind, but an MMO at its soul is the grind. It's the journey, it's not the end goal. The end goal would make the game boring. It's like, yeah, they don't understand it's a treadmill, I think. It's not like a traditional game. A traditional game has credits. This game doesn't have credits. It goes on forever. That's the point of it. Like, that's why it's weird when you, like, look at the grind as, like, a negative. I understand there's, like, some grinds are worse than others. I get that, but I think people are too quick to just poo-poo like a little bit of effort or a grind, because I think that's what makes it. That's sort of what makes the genre a little bit. I don't know. And it's funny because RuneScape players think have to grind way more than WoW players, and especially in like retail. Good luck, man. Like there's no grinding in retail anymore, pretty much, compared to like Classic even, right? All right. Oh, we finished this quest. Can we hear her? Sound effects enabled. You hear the music. So she should not have dialogue options. Is it too loud or is it too quiet, the sound for WoW? We haven't done anything yet, so you can't hear it. But you want to have every mount, but to say as a player, the game is forcing me to... Yeah, it's correct. I'm just joking. Like, I want to have every mount, of course. I'm not going to have every mount. There's mounts I've missed. I'm not going to have all the Mythic Plus mounts. I've never run Mythic Plus. Like, I've done it before, but I'm not getting the 3K rating like my friend does every season. I don't have a lot of the PvP mounts. Like, there's a lot of stuff. I don't have the old school mounts they removed from the game. You know, I try, and I get what I can. What you can't, you can't. Like, there's... As much as I love WoW, there is a tipping point where, like, alright, I sort of want to play something else. And I always come back to WoW, but... Ooh, like, this is a mount we're gonna have to get. That's cool. So this is a good example of... They've reused assets here very clearly. This is... There's no doubt this is a Wind Serpent mount. Or not a Wind Serpent, a Dragonhawk. This is clearly a Dragonhawk mount. If you look at the model, this is it's the same animation. See, it's a Dragonhawk. But you see how they made it different enough by cutting away the majority of the wings, adding this little part here, making it a little bit skinnier. It's different enough. I don't know how long it took them to go from something like this to go to something like this, but they reskin mounts so often in the game, and it feels very lazy, I'll be honest, because like some of the reskins, like if I were to go to Drake, for example, let's just I could show you, like it's 1-to-1, and that's fine, but there are some that are indistinguishable almost. I'm trying to find the one. I can't remember which one it is. It's a purple one. Hold on, because I thought I had this mount, and I didn't, because it was a slightly different shade of purple, but I could only tell when I brought it up on Google Images because of how similar it appeared to the original mount. It's this one, Twilight Drake, and there's another one that has a similar name. It's like Midnight Drake or something, but it's like this. It was essentially like this, but it was like a darker shade of purple, and it just feels like a little bit lazy. So like if you do something more like this, where I don't know how long this takes to do this, but this is such a different, it feels different, it's more exciting, but you're still using the same skeleton. That feels like a perfect middle ground, in my opinion. If you don't like the quest line and it does not need to be done for the game progression, nobody's forcing someone. Yeah, that's like it's just this new min-max mentality, I think. And it's not just a WoW thing. It's life. It's life. If someone doesn't eat healthy and they want to start eating healthy, they'll say, "What's the healthiest thing I can eat? Like, what is the healthiest nut? Not just like what's a good, like just what's a nut that I'll eat that'll just make me like even eat 10% healthier than I'm currently eating. Like it has to either be like 0 or 100. That's how a lot of people think. Either I'm gonna eat the absolute best food that exists, or I'm just not gonna do it at all. And then of course they don't commit, right? That's why a lot of people like fail at their habits, because it's too drastic. You gotta like take it step by step. Not just with eating, with any habit. There's always going to be resistance. So, I mean, look, I'm not going to be Mr. Advice over here, but I read Atomic Habits, and I think a lot of people are quick to shit on a lot of books that become really popular, especially like pop psychology. That's a crazy train of thought. It's a crazy train of thought. I agree. I think there's a lot of books and a lot of like flim-flam men that exist, especially in pop psychology. Atomic Habits, I don't think is one of those. The guy doesn't claim anything. He just collected a whole bunch of research papers and studies that were done and compiled them over so many years into a book. And he explains how our brains work and why, and how you can sort of use it to your advantage to make things stick when normally they wouldn't, because we're trying to force things that go against how our brains want to operate. And the book sort of helps you understand that. And one of the biggest takeaways that I got from Atomic Habits is setting the bar lower than you think is necessary is incredibly important, because if you know for a fact you can walk, let's say you don't walk at all and you want to exercise, and you know it's insulting to say, I will walk to the end of my block and walk back. It's insulting, but you have to do it, because if you do it and you do it every time and you make a habit out of it, you're not feeling the resistance of opening the door, because the first resistance is just getting up and like putting down WoW, putting down a beer, getting up and going outside. But it's easier if you only have to walk to the end of your block and you can play WoW in another like 60 seconds. There's like literally 60 seconds. You get up, you walk outside, you walk back in, you get to play WoW. And that's it, and that commits. And you do that for like 2 months. And it's fine. What you're doing is you're just building the habit of like getting past the resistance. And that, getting over that threshold seems to be the biggest hump for starting a new habit. And I've failed many times, and I'm still failing with some things I'm trying to accomplish, but it has worked with some things. So it is an effective method. It's just you can't think it's going to work the first time. But I mean, Atomic Habits, like, it was a brilliant book. You learn a lot about just human psychology and resistance, and constantly looking for comfort, trying to avoid pain, in spite of knowing that like doing something like exercise, eating well, meditating, it's good for you, but like in the moment it sucks, right? So yeah, and then you upgrade your new habits from there. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, let's see what this says. Ring of Glory. There are spirits like myself who are merchants. They sell a variety of things to other spirits. So we need to get ectoplasm to buy stuff from the merchants?
Such a helpful young soldier.
When I was alive, I've been trapped here with the other spirits for thousands of years. We can't move on. Eventually you start to fray. A frayed spirit can lose their mind and become violent. I see. So if the spirits are trapped here for too long, they eventually go mad. So we want to free the spirits, I guess, if they're not crazy.
Good to see you
And
again.
free this guy, at least. My time is running out. I need to see if I can rescue my beloved. Oh, he wants to save his wife. That's nice. So she's stuck in the spirit loop, and we want to free both of them so they can move on to the next world or whatever. It's interesting. It's a pretty cool zone so far. I didn't play, like, when we first got here on stream. I did it off stream, but it's a neat zone. I like it so far.
Well, you didn't hear the end of my story.
Oh, thanks, Alex. I appreciate that. Tomorrow we're playing Baldur's Gate, so, I mean, I think that's your favorite. That's, like, one of your more, not favorite, but, right, that's more your wheelhouse, I think. Are we a bear right now? We are a bear. I gotta switch to cat. Yeah, you're absolutely right, though, about, like, instead of trying the first 1,000 miles of your first try, it's, I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate. It's as annoying as that is. Like, you don't want to have to say, like, why don't we just have one less beer today? And we still get to drink as much as we do, just one less beer. And it doesn't feel like progress, because you're still, like, doing that for, like, weeks. And people say, like, if you want to quit, you have to stop, but the truth is like, chances are you're probably going to relapse if you don't do it. Realistically, the impulse and the habit is too strong, and not even just like drugs, or I'm not even talking about drugs, just anything. What I don't think a lot of people realize that I've learned about myself is when you're addicted to something, whether it's food, sugar, cigarettes, coffee, a big portion of what you're addicted to is a routine. It's crazy. Like, often there's a ritual associated with it. So whether it's like smoking, it's hanging with the same people, or it's just opening the same door, it's ripping the foil off the top, ripping the plastic off, the way you flick your lighter, that feeling of the lighter in your hands. It sounds so crazy, but if you think about how many times have you done this over a lifetime, it's probably over a year time, like whether it's something like going to the store to get a cup of coffee, if that's your addiction, or logging in to play WoW. You usually do it around the same time, on usually the same days, multiple times a week, a month, a year, and if you add it up, like, you realize, like, most of your year is probably doing this almost on autopilot because you do it so often, right? It becomes second nature. That's often the case, like, a lot of people at coffee shops and stuff. So, like, even if you... that's why a lot of people can't make coffee at home, because, like, the routine of it is almost as important as the coffee. Even if the coffee you can make at home is superior quality to what you get at Starbucks, I think people like not just the social atmosphere, but just the routine of leaving a little bit early, pulling in, saying hi to whoever's there. They have your drink ready. Like, there's so much more to it than just, like, the immediate reward that you get from it. I appreciate that, Alex. It's very kind. Are you playing anything new right now? I feel that we're sort of between games to just beat South Park, so we're gonna just, like, I'm just gonna take it easy this week because with the birthday and all, and then I figured next week we'll start something fresh. I haven't decided what that is yet. We're still playing Baldur's Gate on the Wednesdays. We're playing Baldur's Gate tomorrow, so that's always going to be here. But what's our next, like, three-day stream game? And there's a few things I'm looking at. I have to try to consider the fact that we're going into September now, and I need it to be done by October, because I sort of want to lean into horror for October. I was waiting to see if, like, maybe Resident Evil Village would go on sale. Yeah. It's Friday, I think. I'd have to check a calendar, but I think it's Friday. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I don't know. I want something short because we only have so many streams a month, and I need it to be beaten before October, ideally. Or maybe we won't play horror all of October, but closer to, at least. That's why I was thinking, like, maybe we can do an Elden Ring playthrough next. We're like, God, Elden Ring takes so long. And, like, in the way we play it, and we're gonna do Spellcaster build if we do, right? Like, yes, you did mention Skyrim. Yes. I'll add it to the wish list. I did forget about that. I was looking into it too. I should also check those other websites as well, because Skyrim is one of those games that once in a while you can get it on sale for, like, a couple dollars, right? Because it's older, isn't it? Am I crazy? Skyrim is so when I looked into Skyrim, it looks like another one of those unbelievably long games. Yes, I did hear about that, the Cthulhu games. I forgot about that. There's a game that I was so excited for, a horror game, and I'm so disappointed that I won't be able to play it. It's the Hellraiser game. It looks so sick. I love Hellraiser. I love Clive Barker. And I think it's only coming out for the PlayStation 5 or 6 or whatever's coming out. It sucks, dude. I would have loved to play it for PC. It looks so authentic to what we would expect from that universe, from the Centibyte Hellraiser universe. It seems like they really did their homework, and they created an atmosphere that captures that horror that you felt in the film. To be fair, I didn't read the book. The book's on my list of, like, reading, The Hellbound Heart, which I believe it's The Hellbound Heart. I think Hellraiser is based off The Hellbound Heart. I think it's in the book, written by Clive Barker. But it's always... oh, yeah, it's always keep an eye out for sales. Fair. That's fair. I mean... may I ask, how long is it? It's like Elden Ring long, right? I guess you could probably take as long as you want. But I imagine even if you, like, sort of speedrun it, it's still probably a really, really long game. When I say speedrun too, I don't mean like the typical, like, I know there's, like, silly Elden Ring speedrunners that they teleport to Malekith and then just hit level 99 in the first 15 seconds. I don't mean that. I mean when you play the game more or less properly, or you're just sort of skipping side quests somewhat, the game is still probably, like, if you were to play Elden Ring like that, not doing all the quests, but still just more or less playing the game, it would probably still take you, I feel like. If I were to guess, I want to say, like, at least 60 to 80 hours, and that's skipping a lot, but I still feel like, yeah, at least. Maybe I'm wrong, but Like that and Baldur's Gate, I feel like would probably take like at least 60 to 80 hours, yeah, assuming you're doing the majority of just the mandatory content even. The Witcher 2 is a crazy long game. The mod community can give a lot of new stuff. That's crazy, huh? That's like... Oh, maybe it is Skyrim I'm thinking of, actually. Or Minecraft 2 is another one. But maybe it is Skyrim I'm thinking of. Because I knew there was a game that had a crazy mod community where the game is practically unrecognizable at this point. But maybe that is Skyrim. Is that Skyrim that I'm thinking of that's like that? I don't remember what game it is, but I remember someone telling me that there's one mod community that has modded the game to the point where you're practically playing different games at this point. Because there's so many mods that change so much. You could say we focus on this or that quest line. The main story is rather short, most side quests too, but the whole game altogether can take its time. Oh, interesting. How... Okay, here's the question for Skyrim. So sorry, it seems like we're doing nothing, boys, and just grinding these guys. We need to kill 20 of them. There's 2 more right here and we're done. They made a whole new game with the Skyrim assets. Oh, so it was Skyrim. That's crazy. Skyrim and Minecraft seem to be like that, where people have taken the game and they've modded it so heavily at this point that they've pretty much made new games. What is this? Oh, I've got to fight this guy. I wanted to loot that jar, whatever that was. I gotta fight him. So we're doing the quest on this island to check out the new content, and then we also have to level up our delves. Because our delves reset. Forgot about that. So we gotta start from 1. Okay, so my question to you about Skyrim. How difficult is it as far as like crafting systems or understanding stats or... Because I'll be honest, Baldur's Gate is a little over my head. You guys carry me really heavily, which I appreciate. But if I was on my own, I'd be heavily relying on Google to try to figure some of this stuff out, because it's just... I'm just too dumb for it. Like, I guess my question is, could you get through, could you fail forward in Baldur's Gate? Like, if I'm too dumb to, like, truly figure out stats or what's the word, like, resistances or stuff like that, could you just still just... Does the game, like, allow you to just still play if you don't want to get that, like, in the weeds? Don't play mod heavy. First slight to improve the immersion skills and crafting is pretty easy to get a hold of. Because I'll get, like, have you played The Witcher? The Witcher... Like, I even sucked with The Witcher. It took me a while to get that. I've sort of ignored crafting in that game. Yeah, I'm not good with crafting, I'll be honest with you. So I don't care if it's complicated, because if it's like Diablo or Path of Exile, where like I don't truly understand what's going on. I have a little bit of an idea, but the truth is I just go on Google, it says plug in these talents, and boom, that's your build. If it's like that, if you can go online, it's like, yeah, you want to be like a stealth rogue, or you want to be like a fire mage, here's the stat build. That I know, that's fine. But once it's done, is there still like maintenance, or you just like play the game?
Let me tell you a story from my
You'd have to get a skill, put on legendary to get your skill points back. Huh.
I'm listening, my friend.
I'm interested. I'm gonna look more into this game. At first, we just wandered into the swamp, confused, angry, hurting, scared. After many thousands of years, some learned how to transmute the ectoplasm left behind when another spirit is sundered. What's weird about the trolls, well, the way they write, is they say, this currency began to be quite sought after. If they're saying dis instead of this, wouldn't it say, this currency begin to be quite sought after? To be, not to be, if they're saying dis instead of this, because the T in this would also be the T in to, right? Am I crazy? Am I looking too deep into the weeds? Or do they... every time I read the troll dialogue in my head, it feels like they flip-flop back and forth.
Good to see you again.
Okay.
Sit down with me. Let me tell you a story
I think
from
this one seems better. I think the Scented de Blooms always brought her back. So I think her would be E-R. But whatever, I can't smell anything anymore. She also can't. Maybe nothing's gonna bring her back. That's sad, dude.
Good to see you again.
He's trying to find his wife, and I guess...
Such a helpful young soldier.
Special brew, take the ectoplasm, and exchange it for a bottle of... Wow, that's so sweet. This is a really sweet quest. This is really sweet. It's a vintage made from harvested ectoplasm and is quite refreshing. Sometimes has the ability to stall fraying.
Well, you didn't hear the end of my story.
I wonder if this guy's gonna... If he's gonna, like, die or whatever, but his wife's gonna survive. Because he gave her the brew, and the brew stops the fraying. Oh, let's see, hold on. So you should have a plan of what character you want to build, like one or two-handed, heavy or light armor, or maybe what school of magic you want to go after. But besides that, and you could completely ignore crafting if you wanted to. Oh, happy. Okay, cool. So,
I'm listening,
do you?
friend.
Is it like most WoW where, or like most games like WoW or Baldur's Gate, where it's like either you're a wizard or you're a fighter, or you're a rogue, but like you can't be a fighter. I mean, you could technically, but I feel like if you're if you use sword and board, chances are you're not spellcasting, unless you're like a paladin. You're not casting like fireballs. Or is this game different? Is this game you're like sword and board and casting fireballs and you could stealth? What's with the crab? Key clack? She's been with me since the day I died. Hey Mello, how are you? How have you been? I've gotten used to the idea that I might fade into nothing, but I don't want that for her. Aww. This is such a sweet zone, man. Afterlife Ale. That's what he wants, right? Yeah. Toss a spectral snack towards... I wonder if you do this, if you feed him the snack, if you get him as a pet so he lives on forever. I bet that's a thing. We should try that. I'm curious. An alcoholic beverage for the dead. Let's buy this, see what happens there. Let's buy this for the quest. This feels like this is going to be a currency or something. Killing these guys will give you the ectoplasm, then you can like buy stuff that's currency maybe. It seems that way. This is the girlfriend right here, or the wife. You moved to the U.S. That's so exciting. Holy, congratulations. Did that happen very recently? That's so exciting. I'm so happy for you. Congrats. I hope it's nice. I hope you're having, loving it. You can respec everything and combo whatever you'd like. That's crazy, Alex. Snake assassin. You could be snake. You could be like a snake race. That's cool. Where you even get WoW from? Oh. World of Warcraft is from Blizzard. So I guess if you just go to Google, type World of Warcraft. It's not from Steam. They're their own thing. They have their own launcher. Blizzard has World of Warcraft. I guess you can play it on Xbox too now, I think, actually. Because Microsoft bought them. But Overwatch, Diablo 1, 2, 3, and 4, and World of Warcraft, and StarCraft is more or less their main games. They have some other stuff too, but those are like the big ones, I think. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you've like probably heard of them. Maybe you've heard like Overwatch or Diablo or. Oh, Sneak! I misread that. Sneak, not Snake. There's a lizard race. Cool. I love monster races. Monster races are always fun.
Nago, soldier.
All right. So she doesn't remember. She has no memory of him, I guess.
Sit down with me. Let me tell
I remember
you
the
a
first time I
story
gave her
from
flowers.
my
I didn't
day.
think a warrior would like her could blush.
I'm listening, my friend.
Her memory of them and our time together may long be gone. No, it's gonna be a happy ending. It's gonna be a happy ending. What is the loop? After the physical death, we all got stuck here, didn't move on. Some of us get stuck into loop. Reoccurrence every day repeats itself. We're stuck, tangled by our final thought. She was focused on glory. He was worrying about her. This is a great story, man. For a side quest.
Good to see you again.
It is monthly sub. It is a monthly sub. Yeah, I guess I'm just used to it at this point. To be fair, I pay like every 3 months or something, but you could pay every 6 months, I think. For how much I could agree that if a new game came out, I might struggle to justify paying monthly. I've been playing this game for so long that I guess I just accept it, but I play it more than I do anything else. So I don't really go out to bars, I don't drink, I don't do anything like that. So for like, I think I pay like $50 every 3 months or something. It ends up like paying for itself as far as entertainment goes. That's all. Going to the movies to see like a mediocre film I'm not going to remember costs, at least in Toronto, costs like $60 to $70+. Or I can get like 3+ months of WoW. Plus, you get to stream it, and my friends play. You know, it's I don't know. It's sort of like, it's the same thing as like, I guess, going out to dinner once, you know? Yeah. It's a weird concept. Not everybody gets over the idea of like paying monthly. To be fair, I don't like battle passes. I'd rather pay monthly than battle passes. Battle pass feels more toxic to me, and for whatever reason. Like, paying monthly keeps the servers up. I'm just paying like a business to play the game. It is what it is. It's like having a gym membership, I guess. But battle passes feels... I'd rather pay monthly and have free access to, like, a la carte content than battle passes, personally. That was long ago, but I still wanted to try. You ask around some others. Okay. Let's see if we can stop the loop. Let's try to free her from her sadness. Or I guess she's not in sadness, she's in blind rage. She's sort of like Karn, right? The Berserker. She's just in a blind rage. Never give up. He's been pining for her for thousands of years, so he's finally starting to fray. I had someone I loved here too at first. He was one of the first to fray. You don't come back from that. You don't move on either. You just stop being dissolved. This is so depressing, man. I don't know how to get through. None of us know how to break the loops or stop fraying.
I'll watch your back.
This is some of the best storytelling I feel like they've done all of Midnight. And this is some silly side quest that nobody's probably even reading. That's crazy, dude. Hey, give me 1 second. I just got to turn down a crockpot. WoW is very old. Yeah, it's very, very old. I've been playing WoW for I was a kid. I mean, I feel like I was like, I don't know, 14 or 15 maybe. I've been playing forever. Like, it's, hey Vanilla, how are you? It's nice to see you, man. Hope you're doing okay. 07. Hope it's nice to see you. You can also build heavy armor, battle mage. So you could sort of go like plate with spellcasting. Oh, thanks for the sub, dude. That's unbelievably kind. It was nice chatting to you today. Chatting with you today, even for a second, you know.
Vanilla 1ST just...
I sincerely appreciate that as always. Interesting. So that's cool. You could do interesting. We were talking about Skyrim Vanilla. I think we talked about it with you before, but
Let me tell you a story from my day.
I didn't see the screenshot you sent though. No, I did not. I'll look right now. I didn't see another message from you. I didn't think I did. Oh, shit. Are you kidding me, dude? Bro. Mine is... Oh, Friday. I think it's Friday, right? Friday's Midnight's on sale, bro. God damn. You're in Europe, right? Can we play together still? I don't know. Sometimes I play with people in Spain, so I don't know how that works. He's still trying to get through to her. Look, as far as Midnight goes, I think this patch so far is pretty cool. So it's a good time to join. Cool. So maybe we can play together then. Like, I don't always play with people in Spain, but once in a while I see Spanish-speaking people, and I'm from Spanish servers. I'm happy to have high ping. I'm used to it. It's fine. You may accidentally build something almost no one else built. Yeah, dude, that'll be blast, bro. I'm down. I'm totally down. That's a blast. Cool. No, look, Skyrim sounds fun. Like, there's so many fun games to play. What are you doing? Harvesting the sphere for the dissolve completely. The ectoplasm is needed more. Oh, I see. He's taking the ectoplasm out of her, sort of killing her, isn't he? Okay. Yeah, no, leveling's a blast. But dude, did you hear that I supposedly... Today, I think, like an hour before I logged on or something, I saw they leaked by accident servers. So it seems like it's almost confirmed that Classic Plus is going to be announced at BlizzCon in like a month, which is exciting. I feel like I'm going to be streaming so much of that. I cannot wait. Classic Plus, I'm hoping is going to be... okay. Classic WoW has existed forever. It's an old game. People are tired of retail and they want some middle ground. So they say we want the classic experience, but we want more content. We want to be able to play classic, but maybe slightly updated. The game's like 20-something years old at this point, and some of the quality of life things like AoE looting, or if a horde hits a mob, not even if a horde, if one person hits a mob and no one else is in that person's group, they don't get credit for that mob. They have to wait 15-20 minutes. If there's a mob up that 30 people need for a quest, it's first come first serve. If people don't want to group with you, you're just gonna have to wait potentially hours to get this quest done. In modern WoW, if you hit the mob, you get credit like Diablo. So little things like that would make the game more enjoyable, especially for people that have not played Classic before. Because if you haven't played Classic and you're coming to it from Fortnite, from Overwatch, from whatever else, the game is so archaic and old. You're gonna say this sucks, doesn't feel good, because it's mostly nostalgia it's nostalgia more than anything. But Classic has good bones. The foundation of the game is good. So what people are asking for, and what Classic Plus is now, is the bones of Classic with the mentality of retail. So you're sort of taking a simplistic version of WoW with some quality of life changes without changing too much of the content that already exists, but adding content on top of it. That's my interpretation of what it's going to be. We don't know for sure, but based on what's been alluded, based on how people have been talking. So the Classic, so there's no AoE looting in the new version of Classic. There's no AoE looting, there's no mob tagging. They increased some stuff. Like during like COVID and stuff. Yeah, most of it was no changes. They added some stuff as botting got worse and stuff like that. Bots got so bad in this iteration. It's basically 2004, almost 1-to-1. That's why the people that mostly play it are people that played it in 2004, because new players are like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't know what these systems are. It's outdated. It's archaic. I understand. I love it. I'll be honest. It is nostalgic. It's fun. There's nothing like it, but it could have a bit of an update. Season of Discovery was as an experiment they did, where they released Classic, and they said, we don't care about balancing. Some classes are going to be way better than other classes. It's just about having fun. It's in the Classic world. It's going to feel like Classic, but we're going to give you new abilities. We're going to release some new dungeons, some new difficulties, just to see how you guys respond to it. And it was a massive success. People loved the shit out of it. Some people complained. The majority of people that played it, though, was like, this was so much fun. It had the bones of Classic, but it was faster. It had some like better rating. So I feel like Season of Discovery was their beta for what Classic Plus is going to be, right? So we'll see. It needs a patch system like League of Legends. Release a patch every month, which that actually is interesting. That's an interesting concept. I didn't know they did that. That sounds like a crazy amount of work. They must have people round the clock calculating numbers to be doing that. Like, is it constantly? It's a constant moving thing, right? Like, you'll never get true balancing, right? Aren't you always constantly, like you said, buffing and nerfing champions to try to constantly like chase that most perfect balance? Because players start finding techniques or ways to like abuse the system, and then they just throw random shit at a champ, and it's always, oh, I get it. Oh, it's sort of like mad scientist mentality. I gotcha. So here's my question though: do they take stuff away, or does the game feel too bloated when they do that? Because I feel like if you keep adding too much stuff, it gets like very bloated feeling almost. Strapped to cycle for 1,000 years. Do you want to get through her? Defeat her in battle. So if we fight her in battle, you can maybe snap her out of it. So that's what we have to do. All right, so we'll challenge her to a battle, and that may snap her out of it, and she'll probably fall in love with her husband again. In League, doesn't take stuff away. It's like this. This week, we'll have... Oh. I see.
Good to see you again.
I imagine everybody has a hero that they play, and when they find out this week is their hero getting the buff or whatever, they must be like pretty psyched. Like, this is gonna be like, I gotta play as much as I can to go crazy. Mid to late game because the items do damage based on percentages. I tried getting into League, and it just wasn't really for me, but I understand the appeal. I really do.
Such a helpful young soldier.
Yeah, it changes from champion to champion, right? I would imagine every week, right?
Let me tell you a story from my
For
day.
months? So someone could just be on just a path of destruction for months and months and months until they get nerfed. That's crazy. Never occurred to me. And how are they at balancing? Will they listen when something like that happens? Just because they want to reach true balancing, they'll never achieve it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a treadmill. It's not a goal. It's never occurred to be attacked. So we do have challengers. Fighter. Just challenge her to a duel. This is probably the end of his quest too. Where is she? Is she at the end? Oh, it's probably where she... Let's go this way. being turbo broken. Huh. Are you high ranking in the what happened, flying? Oh, like yeah, true. You like the rotation minimap?
Oraka.
Grandmaster? Is that 0.1% or whatever?
Nago, soldier.
I'm so happy to get rid of this trinket. This trinket is the worst. It's a good trinket. It's best in the slot, but I hate the way it works, man. Why is she? Oh, she's not taking. I see she was immune. I wasted my cooldowns while she was immune. I'm so dumb, dude. He would have been like dead. I was wondering, like, why did that not kill her? That did so much damage. What was that? So what's this here, though? We have this singing shell. What's in it? Oh, yeah. God, we gotta do Cursed Oddity. What is this? This is what's fun about WoW patches. There's all kinds of new like nodes and stuff, and 0.5 to 0.7. That's crazy, dude. And you're in my chat. Yeah, I have a celebrity in my chat. That's nuts. That's crazy. So did you, at that point, are you playing against like Tyler 1? Those guys? Yeah, 0.05. Yeah, that's insane. That's absolutely insane. Right? What is this we just looted? That's crazy. Set top 500 players per region. Oh, I see. So question, is there... Wow, top 700 players in the region is absolutely crazy. Not Eastern server. Or, I see. Eastern Europe. So... Nordic Eastern, yeah. Is... In Overwatch, the best like NA player was like really good, but he's still generally, they're not as good as like some of the most mediocre Korean players, just because in Korea, for whatever reason, they were so unbelievably powerful at Overwatch. They had such a strong understanding of the game, and their training was at just such a high level that it didn't even feel like they were playing the same game. And that changed over time, but only some players were able to get up to their skill level, not all of them. And I wonder, are other games like that? Is League of Legends like that as well, where like one server, like maybe the NA server is like miles ahead of the rest, where if you were to take the 1% of the Korean servers, 1% of the European servers, 1% of like, it is like that. So which one is the best, may I ask? Oceania. Oh! That's funny. They say that about WoW as well. I wonder why that is. Korea's the best again. Korea crushes it at video games, man. I think Korea is also the best at StarCraft. Whatever they're doing, it's got to be like psychology or something that they're doing, right? Because like, unless they're lying about being androids and they have faster reaction time, it's got to be like a psychological thing where the way they train is just like, or the way they handle loss or something. It's, man, they're making super soldiers over there for video games. It's crazy. Thank you for snapping me out of that cycle. I feel complete and whole for the first time in 1,000 years. Whatever it was that trapped us here cannot hold me any longer. We can move on to the next adventure together. How sweet.
I'll watch your back.
I only remembered seeing Glory that day, but I forgot the reason I was fighting. To come home to you. That's so sweet. One of my friends was top 500 Grandmaster in Season 1 of Overwatch. Season 1 was really hectic, dude. My god. I remember Bastion in Season 1 was just a menace. A lot of them were. Torbjorn was, my god. Oh, Season 1 of Overwatch. If you have not... Is this the challenge? Maybe it's something else. That's a delve. We should do a delve after. If you have not seen the wackiness of Season 1 of Overwatch, it was truly something special. It was so unbalanced. It seemed like at the beginning they had a lot of cool ideas, but they didn't know how they would be implemented in real time, so they just tried it, and then we saw how wacky it was, and then very quickly a lot of stuff got changed or nerfed or adjusted, but right at the beginning, it was a clown fiesta in the best way possible, I'll say. To be able to climb through the ranks of that is pretty impressive. I feel like that was probably one of the harder seasons too. And people say, well, everybody's so good at it now. But now the game, people understand the game. So like in the first season, when everybody's still trying to figure it out, to be the one to figure it out the first, to climb that high, before there's like a foundation of knowledge, I think is pretty impressive. Because like now we're like 30, 40 seasons in, whatever we are. And like there's so many YouTube videos and guides. You can ask ChatGPT. There's like a million things you can do now. Back then, that wasn't there. You were just taking skills from other games and applying it to this one. So you were like, while you're playing, you're like picking up on little insights of just the little ways and idiosyncrasies, the way the game works. It's interesting. My brother frets too much. Let me chase after my life's dream. Ever since I was a child, I wanted to learn more about our history. While much of it is told by the tail spinners. Say tail spinners, yeah, back home. Sounds like an airplane crashing. They always skipped one thing. Atal Utek. The more I dug, the more mysterious it became, and the more I became engrossed. Now the scouts tell me that this crypt is filled with tablets inside, tablets that could detail the history of our people. So he wants to find just the backstory of where he comes from, essentially. Is there a... Most people probably don't read the lore in WoW. I think it's pretty cool. And I love trolls. I think the troll lore is pretty sick. So, I'm down for it. Oh, what's he saying? Follow my brother. We need to make sure he doesn't get himself killed. Okay. What is this we have here? Oh, it's a Hearthstone. I almost got crushed by that. Should we try to get killed by this like Baldur's Gate? Let's see if it's an achievement. Probably not, but we'll see. No. Okay, fair. I remember in Baldur's Gate we got caught and it killed us and we got an achievement for it, so... It didn't even break us out of stealth. This is a huge quality of life thing that... like, stealth classes will know. In WoW Retail, almost nothing breaks you out of stealth. Fall damage doesn't. Getting hit like we just got hit normally would, but in this case it didn't. That's nice. The amount of times I've played BC or Classic, and I would fall off a ledge and just take the smallest amount of damage. It would break stealth. It's like, oh, now I gotta wait like 5 seconds to stealth again. It's just because, for my crazy head, when I'm playing a rogue or a feral druid, which is fairly often, I would imagine, I feel safe only when I'm stealthed. I feel too weak otherwise. Was that actually a code I was supposed to pay attention to? I just clicked things out of order, or just in any random order. Maybe I should have actually paid attention. I feel like there's no order. That happened too easily, so we can't go that way. We can't go. This is neat though, huh? This is like almost like a Mario mechanic. Oh, sorry. No, I did see that. I apologize, dude. Sorry. Twitch is going at the same time. That's why I missed it. The forest fires thankfully have stopped. I appreciate you actually asking again. I read that. I got distracted. That's what else is new. My God. The poor misses all the time. I asked her because I noticed it myself the other day. I just jumped from thought to thought to thought to thought to thought. Mid-sentence. I'm like, do I do this often? She's like, all the time. It's like, God, I'm sorry. Oh my God. Knowledge is at our fingertips. Keep going. We're gonna piss something off. Something's gonna catch us reading these tablets. But thankfully the forest fires have stopped, to my knowledge. I've been checking pretty often, like, the air quality. Last year and this year were pretty bad, but I think last year they said was the worst in a long time, but I think this year set a new record, I think, for being even worse than last year. So hopefully it's not a trend.
Your fire warms my spirit.
It did happen a few times, I know. It happened in the States too, it seems like. Supposedly, though, here, people are upset because one of the gentlemen who's in charge shortly before cut a bunch of funding related to, like, the emergency services. And people were saying, if you do that, this is probably going to happen. And then it happened. People were like, this is exactly what we were afraid was going to happen. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I would have expected something as serious as that would require more than like just a few people signing off on it for something like that to go through, but I don't know. I tried to get this muck. You're getting out of here. Okay, just follow him out. Let's get out. I wonder we can't go this way. I just blocked off for a second. We can. What's here? Oh, it's just blocked off. Yeah, I'm just curious. I know we're gonna follow him out, but I heard that Colorado had it pretty bad though too this year, which is it's scary. nature, like weather, it always scares me so much because it's so uncontrollable. Like even like of course like, you know, bugs or animals or disease is scary as well. But it just feels like nature is like there's really no hiding from it. Like, yeah, when the pandemic happened, that was of course scary. But something about just like not even being able to like hide in your house because everything's on fire, or like houses are lifting because of wind, or just flooding because of just tsunamis. It just feels like the scariest thing imaginable, in my opinion. That's a good question. I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know the true answer to that, honestly. I watch disaster movies, like God, like disaster movies get to me more than anything else does, as far as like horror and stuff. It's so frightening, especially almost even more than like Twisters. I think more than like fire and water. Probably water is the scariest. Fire is very scary, but water seems the scariest, I think. All right, let's continue.
Fire.
Oh, we finished that already. Yeah?
enemies.
So did he die? He got stuck in there and closed on him? Alright, we'll do some delves. We're doing the side quests in this zone. Should do the main quest as well, actually, but I appreciate you guys hanging out today while we just like mess around in WoW. I was excited to check out all this content. Not have it spoiled. We're almost done with all the side quests though, and there's a delve here. We can't do bountiful delves though, because we don't have them unlocked. We actually have to start at level 1 and work our way all the way up. So we could do that through stream, I guess. Check out the new delves as well. What's this jar? Is this just... Oh, it's just these things. I got you. That's true. That's true. It does sometimes sort of feel like that, huh? That, like... I always wonder, is nature just trying to balance things out? I don't know. We have such short lives that we can't understand the grand scheme of it all. Where like we talk about global warming and the Ice Age, and you have to just wonder, like, what if to us the Earth is old, but the truth is in the cosmic galaxy of the universe and all that exists, it's actually like quite infinitesimal, maybe, or small, or young, and our concept of Ice Age or the world ending or global warming is more a human thing, where like, well, when the Earth gets too hot, when this happens, we're gonna die, and that's why we have to stop global warming. And we're right. I'm not saying we're not right, but what if maybe that just happens inevitably, and it's just part of a cycle of a planet, or because we don't have a point of reference from anything else, right? We just have history. We just have like, well, like it's gotten hotter over time. It started around this time. Which makes sense. I understand. We could have expedited it. But what I'm saying is like, we don't have a point of reference from anywhere else. We're putting down the train tracks as we drive the train, and not only that, but like as far as recorded history goes, like I'm not some expert in climate change or anything, but there was probably a very significant amount of time that's just not recorded, like weather patterns, or have just been lost or burned or destroyed or eroded, or just not recorded at all, right? And it's just interesting. There's just so much unknown about life, and it's fascinating to see scientists or humans just try to grasp onto so much abstraction and try to find reasoning behind it, when maybe there's no reasoning at all. But the idea of no reasoning feels way too chaotic, that things just are. So it almost feels like we need to have reasoning stuff. But what I always find is fascinating is like, we're so certain about things, and like without a doubt we know it to be absolute truth, the same way we knew about bloodletting, the same way we knew about like exorcisms, the same way there's lots of stuff, germ theory. We were so certain, we knew miasma, we knew this stuff with absolute certainty, and then science comes along and we're like, wow, we were way off. That is not how it worked. And I just wonder what's gonna be that for us in like 50, 100, 200 years from now. when like our great grandkids are like, my God, they're talking to like a TV because our consciousness has been like transferred to like a computer by this point, and we're like 4,000 years old, like some kind of servitor in Warhammer 40k, and they're like, wow, Grandpa Nolly the 16th with software update 3.9.8. How did you guys not know that the universe is on a giant turtle? Wasn't it obvious that everything is on a giant turtle? How could you guys not have known that? I don't know. It did happen in the past. We will happen again. Earth is going through heat and cold waves, changing pole directions, all of the stuff. Yeah, I've heard about that too. Yeah, I heard about that with Yellowstone. That like people have said like Yellowstone's been waiting to blow for like it's past what they expected already. And when it does happen, it's horrifying. I thought there was one in Japan as well, or am I misremembering? Or there's somewhere else they said there's another one that again is also it's like past it's past when they expected it to go off, and they said if it were to, it would be devastating. And it's crazy to think that like we're sort of living with all these like time bombs, right? These volcanoes, and supposedly there's lots in the ocean as well that they say are like super old and at any point could completely change things down there if one were to just. And to my knowledge, we don't really truly understand the rhyme or reason why like the tectonic plates shift, or maybe we do, but like, do we truly? We know what's happening, but like truly why? I don't know. I mean, I think like at some point, I don't know. I'm in the chaos field. I feel like there's not as much order in the way that we want it to be order. I think there's order, but not human order, like we want it to be. I think it's more just like throw shit, see what sticks, and just like adapt from there in over like a couple 100 million years. But you know, yeah, humans think we rule the world. We're renting it, right? We're just here for borrowed time. They're too young to remember the time before they give Loa their okay. Let legend take place before the Loa helped our kind. Maybe you've heard of it. So are we going back in time? Yeah, it's like a scenario. That's cool.
Guide you home.
Nature allows us to. Yeah, I watch a lot of nature shows, and it's just you realize, like, my God, like, it's just nature's not angry right now. But when you watch some of these shows, it's like we're really at its will. It's powerful. When you watch Human Planet or whatever, not Human Planet, the other one. There's one in Africa where they show the wildfires that happened every year, and it like regrows the soil. The fire happens, gives nutrients to the soil, grows back after heavy rain. It's like cycles every year, but animals die every year because of it. Like it's part of the cycle that I guess culls the herd, so there's proper population control or whatever, and it just cycles like that every year or something like that. And I just thought like it's crazy that we don't have to deal with stuff like that, or we've created concrete jungles to avoid stuff like that, right? Yeah, it's true. We can't do what ants are doing. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? Like, pound for pound, if we were to have some of the capabilities of other animals, I mean, it's pretty impressive. What did I hear had like armor? It had like almost bulletproof. Oh, spider silk. Yesterday I was reading that spider silk, pound for pound, is almost like Kevlar, which is like bulletproof and knife proof, I believe. They said a human can snap it, but if you were to shrink down to its size, the spider silk is unbelievably tough for how thin it is. It's like one of the toughest substances, and if you were able to, and I think they said it's even actually used, it's really hard. So I said, why don't we use spider silk instead of silkworm silk? And we do technically use spider silk, but not for clothing. The reason why we can't use it for clothing, to my understanding, is spiders are hyper carnivorous and hyper aggressive, so they eat each other, and cannibalistic as well. They kill each other like crazy. So they can't. It's hard to breed them at mass scale, and it takes a lot of work. And you can't harvest a ton of silk like you can with silkworms. But they are used. The application of spider silk, I believe, is used for super high, important, I believe they said wires. Maybe the internet wiring or whatever they call it. Stuff like the, what's it called? Not infrared, whatever it is. I think that's what it's used for. Really, really delicate, high-end wiring. They use the spider silk for, I believe, which is crazy to think. They spin it so it makes like a thread or something. It's nuts, dude. It's better than steel. That's what they said. They said if you could make it bigger, and they've been trying to find a way to make it more like stable on a mass scale, because they said it would be one of the most
We
powerful
fight for Diamante.
elastic-like
All of them.
substances that you could sort of manipulate that still has this crazy, is the word tactile strength? It could hold so much weight. It's nuts.
May you always find victory.
Yeah, humans in a sandbox deciding who gets to play with what toy. That's well said. I was yesterday, dude. Yesterday, I was lying in bed, and it was dark, and I felt something, and I'm like, did something just crawl on me? So I jumped out of bed. The missus turned on the light, and there was the biggest fucking spider I have ever seen in my life. I'm telling you, dude, it was the biggest spider I've ever seen in my life. It was brown. And and she went camping not long ago, and I'm like, this thing came back with you. There is no way this thing was living around the house. It's too big. It's way too foreign looking to be a Toronto spider. It just ain't. This is a middle of nowhere Canada spider. And my God, it was ginormous. It was fast, bro. She looked like she watched the alien pop out of John Hurt's chest when she saw it. She's so horrified of spiders that when she saw that thing and it crawled on her, when I knocked it off and turned on the light and it crawled on her, it was on the blanket. Bro, she saw a xenomorph pop out. That's how horrified she was. It was, I'm shocked she slept at all last night, I'll be honest. Yeah, that's like the biggest fear. I couldn't, you know, and you always worry about a bug crawling on you, but then when it happens, you just react, I guess, right? Because you weren't expecting it. Yeah. So now I just have this hyper paranoia that anytime I feel anything, I'm like, it's a spider on me. The next like 24 hours is just any little hair is a spider on me.
Wings of the eagle lower protect you.
All right. We cannot survive without aid. Please travel to the neighboring village. Let's go.
Nago.
Oh, we're learning her story now. Cool. So are we a troll? See, like, how come we don't really look like this, right? They look different than us. Because I'm a troll. Look, my weapon looks different because I guess we have this glowing ability.
I fight for Zulaman. For Zujara.
Alright, save links. Oh, they're hurting this poor little guy. I was going down a rabbit hole with Dog Whisperer, watching that show. It's interesting. It's a fun show. It's nice. It's fun to just see dogs. I don't know. I don't have a dog, so I sort of like vicariously live that show, just seeing all these cute little dogs. It's on YouTube. You can just watch the whole episode, so you know. He has this big farm of all these dogs. It must be so much fun having like you see him walking like. He's got like, I don't know, 20 dogs maybe just surrounding him. It's like, that's gotta be, what a blast that must be.
Wings of the
Alright, talk
eagle
to
lower
Fox.
protect
What a sly fox. It's your kind has to save this poor old fox. You were in the favor of Aloha. This guy's Aloha. 3 boons are yours. So we saved Aloha. So Aloha to trolls is a god. So this is it. So there's many gods. I guess it's the god of fox, or a fox god. It could be the god of cunning, god of trickery. Who knows? You tricked us. See? There you go. God of trickery. So we said we don't want the village to starve. How do you help the village from not starving? Kill the whole village. People that are dead can't starve. He's technically right. You have to be. This is the monkey's paw story. You have to be careful what you wish for. She said, I don't want the village to starve. I said, done. Killed the whole village. Technically, she got what she asked for. What are these tears? I'm a fox of my word. You ask, I give. So what will you ask for your second boon? I wish to return to the beginning of the day. Now, how is this going to blow up in our face? This is going to be a very bad thing, and I don't know what's going to happen. But this is not going to be good. Odd boon, but I'll grant it. Are you sure about that? That's where I want to go, my thanks. And just like that,
The pleasure is mine, Hashura. May you always
now that she's
find
back where she
victory.
started, she knew she couldn't make that journey. But what of the starving villagers? How would they survive? She had a few ideas. If the villagers would listen to her, go see what she has to
For
say.
Zujara.
We cannot survive without aid. Travel. Okay, so why would you starve us? Why would we starve? There are roots in the ground, rodents for meat. We can help ourselves. We're gonna get sick, are we not?
Lord bless you like you blessed us.
No, they're gonna survive off that?
Baraka, my friend.
Really? I feel like the meat's gonna be infected or something, but we have dangerous spiders in Canada? I feel like we probably do. Probably not like Australia, and probably not too often, but I'm sure they exist. I think we do have black widows here. We definitely do through produce. When I worked at a frozen yogurt store, I may have told the story on the street before. I worked at a frozen yogurt store, and we would get bananas from Costa Rica, and we would get many boxes of them. Maybe we had, I'm not joking, maybe 20 boxes of bananas. It was a lot. It was stacked to the ceiling, boxes on boxes on boxes. We went through a lot of bananas, they spoiled quick, so we would get mass shipment of all kinds of fruits, but bananas was probably one of the bigger ones. So we had about 20 boxes literally to the roof in this small room of bananas. We were stacking it one by one. We filled it up all the way to the roof. And then we left. As we went back in there to get something else, we saw the biggest banana spider crawling on the boxes of bananas. So it must have been in there from Costa Rica. And I will show you what a banana spider looks like because it's horrifying. One sec. This is what we saw, dude. It was ginormous. It looked identical to this. Here's a good picture. One sec. Maybe not. It's not coming up. Let's find a better picture then. Oh, there it is. Can we bring it up like this? Hold on. Open image, a new tab. No. Yeah, it's not working. I'll find a better picture. One sec. I think this is a good one, I guess. That works. Here. I gotta do hotkeys for this. I'm not so slow and janky with it, but this is a banana spider. That's what we saw. It was ginormous. It was so big. Oh my god. I wasn't prepared to see a spider that big, I'll be honest. I just threw something at it, hoping I would just like hit it, knock it down, so I could get to the bananas, and I did, and it fell down and crawled under one of the boxes, and I never saw it since. So as far as I understand, it's still probably there. If I were to go in, you'd probably see just this gigantic spider working behind the desk with just this fleshy human mask, just saying, "Hi, welcome, how can I help you?" And just no one knows that it's a spider. Its legs are just hanging over, right? And no one knows because it's just this fleshy mask, this fleshy human-like mask is enough to trick everybody that it's a gigantic, anthropomorphic, radioactive spider. I don't know. It's horrifying. It's beautiful. It was beautiful. It was beautiful to see if I was watching BBC and David Attenborough was directing. When it was in a kitchen that I had to get bananas from, I wanted to quit. Yeah, it's nuts though. Australia's crazy. Australia and Africa are places that I would love to visit, but I'm honestly a little bit scared at the same time. Not so much Australia as much, I would say. Africa's unfortunately pretty bad for crime and stuff, which just sucks because the land seems so beautiful. But I know people that have gone, multiple people that have gone, and I've heard so many horrible horror stories, and I hope that improves because I think they would benefit from more tourism. They obviously would, right? I mean, yeah, I think it would be just a net benefit, honestly. But the corruption there is so bad, and it's sad. It's a beautiful country. It's a shame that people are poisoning something that's so beautiful naturally. Now, when I say people, it's a small group of people, not a whole country. It's a big country. I'm talking about like the people that are in power, taking advantage of that power is what I mean. And have been for a very long time, unfortunately. I didn't know that. That's crazy. Huntsman spider. That's not the dangerous one? Oh no, I'm thinking of a camel spider, I think. You know about camel spiders? That's the same thing. Is it the same thing? Many years passed. Never used that third boon. So we still have one more wish we never used.
For Zulaman.
Years passed and she didn't use that third boon. 1 year. Fight of angry dragon hawks set their eyes in flames on our village. So now we have to save the boy and not use the boon. So we still have a wish. We still never used that third wish.
For Zujara.
So we're just gonna fight our way through and save the sun. The sun's in here. Oh, he's here.
I want to be just
Quick,
like
hurry to safety.
Zujara when I grow up.
No, we're gonna fight you. I thought you were gonna burn the kid. Okay, it's a different one. Huntsman spiders. That's a different spider than fair. Why does it have so much health? What's going on?
The pleasure is mine, Ashura.
So, what does Australia have that's really dangerous? Is it the wolf spider, or what is it? I know they have a spider that's... Australia has some pretty nasty, dangerous spiders, I thought. Pretty venomous spiders. But I think the camel spider, if I understand it correctly, is an arachnid, but I don't think it's technically a spider. I think it's actually part of the scorpid family. But it gets around the size of your face with legs. So it... Oh! You're calling it a huntsman spider. We call that a face hugger. Those are the things in Alien that jump out of the eggs and implant xenomorphs in your stomach. I didn't realize that's what you were talking about. Yeah, Australia has xenomorphs. That's not surprising. Black Widow's one of the most toxic spiders. Yeah, I heard that actually. But at the same time, I've heard that people... Oh, it's very rare that people die from Black Widow bites. It's mostly allergic reactions, I think, that get people. Often, when you get bit by it, you go to the hospital, they give you, like, medication or something, and you're okay. Right? Yeah, I'm very... what's the word? Maybe I'm very, like, closely... the Alien universe is always in my mind, but even more so as of late, because I've been watching that Alien show, and I'm enjoying it so much. How come we can't hear the dialogue? It's so strange. It's like it's not working. But our sound effects are on, so it should work. Because you can hear her when I talk to her. But then when the dialogue, like, we saved her son, we say, without the third boon, another year, the village will be set again. The years passed. Can I just say, I said this already, but this island is pretty good so far. The side quests, they remind me of old classic WoW stories. They seem to be encapsulated in their own story. They're compelling. They seem emotional. The motivation of why we're doing the quest makes sense. I know most people aren't reading side quests, but there were a few that were good in The War Within, but most of them felt a little bit vapid and sort of filler. But so far, most of the ones that we've done on this island have been pretty good. So that's pretty sweet. Yeah, allergic reactions. Yeah, true. But that's what I mean. Like, I feel like the average person that gets hurt by Black Widow, it's not an allergic reaction. I think, assuming you go to the hospital, I think you're going to be okay. Same with, like, rattlesnakes. I thought rattlesnakes were, like, super dangerous. They are. They're very dangerous. But I think most people that get bitten by a rattlesnake, if properly treated at most hospitals, survive and live, happily ever after. I was under the impression, like, that it was sort of like a king cobra, where you have, like, 20 minutes or something, or it's like GG. Cobras are frightening. Years passed. Did not. I don't know how much time you have the rattlesnake. I just thought that I've heard stories like supposedly of people getting bit. You go to the ER. They give you anti-venom. Like it's like another day in the park. Especially in places like I think Nevada, Arizona, where it's fairly common. Texas, I would imagine. Dogs are getting bitten all the time. Like it sucks, Why choose that boon when I can use my voice? So she's still not using the third boon. I wonder if this guy's causing all the chaos that's happening to the village. Bad things keep happening to the village. He keeps coming back saying, "Do you want me to help you? Do you want me to help you?"
I fight for the Wither.
It's like, are you doing this? So we can... Is that what's happening right now? Soaking the ground with troll blood for shame. Put that weapon down. We're kin. We'll gladly share what you need.
The fight of the Lex Loa protect.
Ah.
I fight for the Witherbark.
So she's not going to take it. Right, yeah, I believe that. I think a lot of the time when dogs get bit by rattlesnakes, or people get bit by rattlesnakes, I think it's just they're like hiking, and it's under a rock, or like they don't see it, and it gets startled, and it's like a reactive bite more than an aggressive bite. But I heard copperheads are pretty aggressive,
It is an honor to
which
battle
is
beside
quite scary. I believe copperheads I think they're mostly in like Texas, I think, or areas like that, but I believe people see them quite often, and they're a little bit more aggressive than rattlesnakes are.
Greetings, Akilzon's
From what people say, at least. Like, often I hear people all the time are having to, like, shoot them or kill them on their driveway because every morning they're showing up. It's like, bro, that's a pretty dangerous snake to just see fairly regularly in the driveway. Years passed and felt her time coming. She lived a long life, struggles but happy. Wait, he said, you can't go yet.
The winds of Akilzon
So-
guide you home.
He needs to fulfill that third boon. What happens if you die and you don't get that third boon fulfilled? Does something happen to the fox, I wonder? I never needed it. Keep it for yourself. Here, wealth, power, everything. Just take it. I don't need your tricks. Bro, why? He's a trickster god. That's why he's a sly fox. No, mortal, please, if you don't use that last boon, I'm bound here forever. Why didn't you say so? Let me think of a third boon. I wish you to forever be well and happy. That's interesting. What a nice story. He screwed us twice, and we led by example. And soon after that, went to quieter, but no less happy and content. Man, again, that's like 3 for 3 so far with these good stories.
All of them.
That's 3 for 3. That's impressive. I'm chugging this coffee. I need to wake up after the stream today. I got so much to do still.
Akilzon's favorite.
Copperhead. Yeah, see the copperheads. I know a guy, and I'm not happy to say this because I don't want animals to get hurt, but he supposedly said he would have to kill them regularly with shovels because they're always either coming into his house or were right at his doorstep where his he would let his dog out in the morning, so he would have to go out first with a shovel and try to fight off copperheads, smacking them with shovels, picking them up, throwing them out, because they would every single morning. And he's like, they're dangerous. They're very dangerous. Luckily, the venom is not among the most potent, and bites are rarely deadly. That's good to know. Jesus, man. Imagine having to live amongst that, though. Like, that's crazy.
Wings of the eagle, Loa, protect you. Loa, keep you safe.
Don't be dense. This is just a legend. Nothing real about it except the question it makes us ask. Do we need the Loa, or does the Loa need us? I think a little bit of both, right? I think a little bit of both, honestly. So we have a quest here. We have a quest here, and then we're done the island, huh? Let's take a break from this, and let's do the delve really quick. Let's check out a delve, because we've been doing a lot of questing. So let's keep it interesting and switch it up. Let's try the Ring of Glory. Adoptathon. That's a cute name. There's so many. Yeah, that makes sense. I think also because, from my understanding, they're a little bit more maybe exploratory is the word. They're out, they're looking. I think rattlesnakes are more opportunists. They sort of wait, they hide. They're less seen. So I think just seeing them more often, because they're more, they travel, I think, probably more versus like the other guys. They often say though, rattlesnakes, no statistic about per snake danger. Rattlesnake, they say usually like if there's rocky areas, that's generally where you want to be careful, because rattlesnakes often hide under rocks because the rock absorbs the sun, and that's how they're able to get the heat. So they say if you're lifting rocks or around rocks, you should always wear tall boots, I think. Steel toe boots. Bile venom. What's up here though? What's this? Oh. Reading.
Baraka.
This be my grave, yet I still linger beside it. Names carved in stone, but stone don't remember. Stir it loud, and maybe I can rest.
Nago, Soja.
The text mainly has been worn away. With time, perhaps it says Jinta? Do I say Jinta? I say Jinta, like that? Oh, I'm doing it backwards. Caps lock. Jin hyphen ta. Not hyphen, that's a apostrophe. No? The text has mainly been worn away with time, but perhaps it says Jinta. So maybe we have
Do you
to
need protection?
find someone around here with that name or
want you
something with that
back.
name, and then maybe we can bring it back to him. I like this stuff. I'll be honest. I don't like Googling it right away because it's sort of fun to see if you can try to figure out or discover the mystery of how to crack the code and solve the puzzle. I think it's fun. Let's grab this rare really quick because I don't have this guy, and you get an achievement, I think, if you get all the rares. I know I said we were going to do a delve. We will. I just get distracted along the way. We're on our way there. Somehow I feel anacondas have to be the most dangerous snake, single snake. The force twitch, it crush you. The anacondas are very dangerous. They're very fast in water. They're hard to see. I mean, where they hunt, they're certainly one of the kings, for sure. I've actually seen anacondas in person. I've been fortunate enough up north of Toronto. There's like a reptile exhibit, aquarium, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if they're still open. They used to be, and they actually had an albino crocodile, which was beautiful, and they have alligators. They had anacondas. I watched a Burmese python eat a goat one time. Yeah, it was cool. It's really cool. I'm sure they have that at a lot of places, but this is specifically a reptile zoo. They had a lot of cool stuff. Gila monsters, like stuff you wouldn't see other places. They had a lot of really weird reptiles. I love reptiles. I'm sure, as you guys know. The fourth you can, yeah. I mean, anacondas are very scary. When you see how fast they move in the water, and how long they can hold their breath, how fluid their movement is, and how for their size, it's a frightening animal. You sort of realize, like, we're not as high on the totem pole as we think we are. We're more just building fences around the things that can hurt us. Which maybe we already knew, right? But okay, let's go to the delve. Like, you've been distracted. We were going to try to find that guy's name, but we can come back later for it. So we have to do this delve, and then there's nothing down there for him, right? Name-wise? I don't think so. Do other delves and work our way up. We're going to have to do like 8 delves total. Whether it's today, whether it might not do it on stream. Might be boring for you guys to have to watch that, but I'm going to have to start at 1 and work my whole way up to 8 so I can... Or 11. No, I have to work my way up to 11. Oh my god. This is a PvP area, huh? That's crazy, dude. Free-for-all PvP area. Speaking of PvP, I am not a fan of PvP. Oh, it's rare. Where'd you get him? Speaking of PvP, I'm not a fan of PvP, but I have to do PvP this season. I say that, but I might not, but I'd like to try. Because look how cool this set is. He's dead. Cool. It's probably a world quest here, which we haven't unlocked yet. It's probably what this guy's doing. What I like about this is we could fight each other, but we could also fight NPCs, which is nice. So if you wanted to get the world quest done without actually having to PvP, you have the option to fight NPCs. So I can't go in here yet. This is a delve, but I didn't unlock it. Maybe I need to do the main quest stuff still. So we're going to have to do the main quest, I guess, to unlock the rest of the zone. I did not realize that. So that's what we're going to do. Sorry about that, boys. No delve. Alright, that's fine. I still have... How many more parts? This is probably the end for now. Original Sin is probably not out yet, if I were to guess. Unless maybe the whole thing's out, but usually they release it like week by week or something. So, we'll see. World boss is here as well. Wonder if we can get off him. We'll get him after. Ooh, but there's a rare there. That's not a world boss. That's just a regular rare. Gotta grab that. I think you get a mount if you get all the rares. Bro, you are way too fast. I gotta swim over your ass. Screw us, attack you with a spell. Come back. Let's go. It's our ability to create stuff like spears in the old days and work together to push us to the top. True. Yeah. That's absolutely true. And I think we just think we're more superior than we are. Because You know, like I said, I was watching that Dog Whisperer show, and this one girl and her husband were having trouble with the dog, and the I don't remember what the comment was. They made a comment or something, and she said, "Well, you're not implying that a dog is smarter than I am, right? Because I'm smarter than a dog, right? Because like you wouldn't say that on national television that a dog's smarter than me." And it's like her ego is so tied to intelligence, and the idea that a dog could potentially be smarter than her because it's an animal and she's a human is so insulting. That God forbid that maybe an animal could outsmart her at one time in her life. God forbid that her intelligence comes into question because maybe an animal outsmarted her. It's the craziest thing. And but what I find so fascinating is when you watch these shows and these people have really aggressive dogs, especially big dogs, pit bulls, huskies, German shepherds. It's like, bro, these things could kill you in a heartbeat. Like, no, they're choosing not to. They're way more powerful than we are. They're super strong. They have crazy bites. They're powerful animals. They're very large. I don't think I could overpower a German Shepherd. I'm too small. I'm like 5'7", 5'8". It's just, we choose to live with them. They choose to be peaceful. We don't realize how powerful they are. And even a cat, which is tiny, can do significant damage if it wanted to. Like, if these animals were to get rabies, you don't want to be locked in a room with it. Even a golden retriever, it's a hefty animal, man. It can move weight easily. And I wonder, or I think, we see like chimps, and we're like, oh, they're cute. They wear hats. They put them in diapers, and I think there's like a disassociate chimps and bears. Chimps and bears are seen as like cute animals. But I think we don't know their true nature. Like, most people don't watch like nature documentaries, so they don't see like the chimps going apeshit and like ripping off each other's fingers and like scalping each other. And like, chimps are aggressive. They're very territorial. They're very tribal, where like they go to war with other tribes. Their tribe goes to like attack other tribes and takes land and like takes their resources and their watering holes, and it's very common that like chimps go to war with each other. And they're super violent, like when they do too. It's like really, really mean. And bears. Bears are like they're the furthest thing from cuddly. They're like monsters. They're the closest thing we have to like monsters living in the woods. But the media has portrayed them as these like fun-loving, and I'm not saying they're not beautiful animals, but they need to be respected, right? Like if the Mayans existed today and we didn't have like drones and we still lived like the way they did by like telling stories through, whether it's like paintings or like storytelling, or we didn't have like the tech and we're just living like that off the land, and you didn't see a chimp or a bear, but like one of the people did, and they told you, like, we saw a war between two of these species, like a chimp versus another chimp, to you would just like pretty much call it a monster. When you would see its strength, how agile it was, how it was able to climb a tree, it's like this superhuman. Like, we can't move like that. It's crazy. Like, to us, we look like they're beneath us. They seem, in my opinion, better than us. They're faster. Maybe we're a little bit smarter, but like, our intelligence didn't make us better than them. We hid from them, right? We put up walls. We put up walls and streets and made it uninhabitable. Not because we're better than them, because we can't stand living with them, because they would rip our arms out of our sockets if they tried. Like, that's how we did. Our intelligence is not to say we are superior to them, but we're smart enough to know we can't live near them. That's what our intelligence did to us, essentially. Like, if that makes sense. It's a fascinating distinction. It is.
Goddess, show us what you mean for us to see.
Pick up your spear, Jackmo. Our people are dying. The Armani
This
need
girl,
you.
or Wenya, whatever her name is,
We are listening,
she is the most
Goddess.
annoying character in this entire X-Pack and last X-Pack. And everything bad that's ever happened to these people, or anything ever bad that almost ever happens, is related to her. She makes the worst decisions. She's brought so much shit on her people. She's a terrible character.
Do not.
I don't know if they're gonna make her
fear the
evil. I don't
dark.
think they are. I think she's just super incompetent, honestly. Everything feels like it's her fault, truthfully. But maybe I'm misremembering, but she just seems like she fucks up a lot. Which they sort of did with like Sylvanas too. They make Sylvanas like dumb. It's like, when did that happen? Why are you writing characters like dumb all of a sudden? Anyways. Meet me ahead once you have witnessed your memories.
Let her wisdom guide your way. I will find you ahead.
Our warband is not strong enough.
Oh, we gotta fight.
Retreat!
Yeah, chimps are a menace. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, though. But yeah, I just thought about your pet can be a danger. Yeah, correct. Yeah, I gotcha. I mean, I always respect larger dogs, even smaller dogs, but especially larger dogs, because as much as I love dogs, it's still a dog, it's still an animal. Like, I can't communicate to it, tell it not to hurt me, and it doesn't mean I don't cuddle it or love it, but
What have you done next time?
I'm never fully, maybe unless it's my dog, but even then, I'm never fully, like, vulnerable. Because I respect that it's an animal, and I feel like not everybody's like that. A lot of people just sort of, they lose that mentality. Because it's your buddy, it's your friend. I loved Mickey. Mickey, she's my everything, and I literally almost cry every single day because of her. Actually, I'm not joking, but I respect her enough that when she would let me play with her belly, which was all the time, I understood that she has the built-in claw DLC, and she can rip my face off with her claws. I understand that she maxed out claw strength, she maxed out agility, and she's a dex build. I know that, and I love her for it, and that's why I love her so much, and the fact that she chooses not to use her ultimate on me is awesome. But I respect that she can. It doesn't mean I love her any less, like, that's her nature, right? And if she were to get startled, and she bit me one time in our life, and it wasn't even her fault. It happened because we lived in a basement apartment at one time, and there were windows that were, like, right on the ground level, and there's a lot of shitty people. Sorry if this pisses people off. Bro, don't have your cats outside in Toronto. They're gonna get hit by a car or eaten by a hawk. They live like 2 years max in Toronto. The vets have been screaming, stop letting your cats outside. We're finding corpses all over the city, for the love of God. Stop doing it, guys. Like, Toronto is not made for that. It just isn't. There's too many cars, there's too much poison. People are putting out rat poison. Like, it's just don't. But anyways, someone had an outdoor cat. Mickey was in the window. The outdoor cat came to the window and started almost attacking Mickey. And it happened so fast, I just had to, in a split second, I knew if I grab her, I'm, like, going to lose my fingers. But I had to react. I had to protect her instead of myself, so I grabbed her, and in that quick grab, she turned around and bit my hand. And it was a pretty deep bite. The second she knew it was me, like, she changed, but it was that instinct. She was so turned on from that, like, adrenaline that she was just acting out of impulse. And I mean, like, that's what I mean. Like, you have to respect the animal, right? Like, it's nice to see you, Stan. How are you? I trust my cats not to eat my face until after I'm dead. That's on brand, I guess. I guess that's on brand for cats. I slept in a dog's bed. I'm already. Oh, wow. That's a big dog, right? The Corso, isn't that a gigantic dog? Never felt more safe with that dog. So the Corso, that's a really big dog, though, right? It's a big dog breed, isn't it?
Perhaps we'll meet again.
So I think about this often. I'll read this quest text really quick. I think about this often. I would love the idea of a Maine Coon. Maine Coons are absolutely stunning cats. If you don't know what a Maine Coon is, it's just a regular house cat, but they weigh like 25 pounds, and they're quite large. But it's just a house cat. It's just a big house cat. But I just think, like, if that scratches you by accident, if it bites you by accident, that's a big accidental bite. That's a really big accidental bite. But still, it's worth the risk. Like, I'd still, they're expensive to buy. They're like $5,000 or more to buy because you have to get it from a breeder because they have a lot of issues. But I would, if we were ever fortunate enough that streaming takes off, I would love to have the experience of, like, owning a beautiful, big Maine Coon. Just because it's such a cuddle bug, right? It's a big, cuddly thing. Oh, that's this dog. Yeah, I've seen these dogs before. It's a big dog, huh? Holy shit. I'll show you guys what we're looking at. It's this breed, looks like. One sec. It's got a big head. Jesus. Is this a working dog? It looks like a working dog. One sec. Let's see if we can find it. Right there. See? That looks like a working dog, right? It's just too muscular looking just to be a pet. That thing is a brick shithouse. That thing looks like it can pull weight or something. Whoa, what'd you say? Okay, if that's what it takes to survive, I get it. Yeah, I agree with you, honestly. I mean, we love our animals, right? We're willing to do whatever we can to protect our animals. So, why are they so big? Like, they're working with horses or something? Like a farm dog? They look jacked. I didn't realize how big. So they're just bred like that just to be that big and muscular? Just for the look? I didn't realize how big German Shepherds were until I saw one in person for the first time, and I'm like, holy shit, that's a big dog. That is looks like a wolf almost, right? It's a powerhouse of an animal. It's crazy how big they are. I never, just seeing them on TV or stuff, like I didn't realize how big they truly were, the German Shepherd. I'd almost be afraid to own one just because it's like having a wolf in the house, right? I'm not strong enough. Not to say you shouldn't own one, of course. I mean, but for me personally, I mean.
The mural depicts a great foe. The Amani fought this monster in exchange for land. No doubt the very land we are standing on.
Like, huskies are absolutely stunning as well, right? But I feel like you'd need trails or land or property to own something like a husky. Like, there's so many breeds that would be fun to have, but I feel like some breeds are just, they're too active for too small of a space, and it almost feels unfair to like not give them the space they need to really be themselves. Especially in like a small apartment in the city, I mean. And, you know, you live up north, you have that space, or it's different. Oh, historically, these things are from ancient Rome. Securing property and livestock, tracking large game. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, that's because based on how they looked, it would have made sense to me that they were used for like something with horses or bulls or protection. They just look like they could take on a bear.
I shall watch.
What was that other dog? Oh, Irish wolf dogs. They look like that kind of, where they just look like they're ready to fight something. Irish wolf dogs look like they're always just looking for. They don't look aggressive. They don't look like they're mean to humans. They look like if shit's going down, they're the first one to check it out. That's what they look like. Like they're mentally prepared for whatever's gonna happen. It's and German Shepherds often feel like they have the same kind of energy as well, where they're like they don't seem so cowardice. So like some other dogs seem more like wimpy, and I just don't know if that's just how they were bred to just have that like confidence of like I don't know. All the dogs I've had were wimps. I love them so much, but they're such scaredy cats.
You have found
I would anytime there'd be a noise or something, I would have to be the one to check it out because they would cower. It's like, bro, you're supposed to be here to protect me. What's going on?
May you lend your song to hers.
Except so we had a wiener dog, and our wiener dog, he was a wimp, but he acted like a tough guy. He was unpredictable a little bit, honestly, but he was more bark than bite. He was so loud, and then he would just sort of not really do anything. It's a lot of gesturing.
This isn't depicted as a victory for the Amani. Is this not what began their empire?
Is Pitbull? I never knew if Pitbull is a breed or if it's just a general term. I don't know. I've heard both. I've heard some people refer to it as breed. Some people say it's like it's an umbrella for many breeds that fall under like so many. I don't know a whole lot about them. Dog breeding is
We buried Ulatek. She must not awaken.
it's complicated, it seems.
Wait, we seek answers.
I learned that golden retrievers don't live as long as they used to a couple years ago, which is depressing. Goldens have shorter lifespans than they did like a decade or so ago because breeders have been selfish and breeding them for aesthetic, not for health. Not all breeders. There are good breeders. You can find breeders where Goldens still live like 14, 15 years, whatever, but it's common now that Goldens get cancers much younger ages because they're focusing on the aesthetic of the coat or the face or the friendliness instead of screening for genetic things like cancer, hip dysplasia, arthritis, and it's happened enough that the American Kennel Association or whatever has now like said like the average lifespan for a golden retriever has decreased compared to like 10 years ago. Not across the board, but just from what they've seen, I guess it's happened enough, which is like, that's crazy, bro. Like, what are we doing? How are we even allowed to do that? There's got to be some kind of laws for like ethically breeding, right? That's crazy. That seems so unfair to like do that for like aesthetic. I don't know. The version of history is written into the Den of Echoes, same events only with Imani.
These murals are not just recorded history. They are warnings of a past the Amani tried to forget.
Yeah, I heard though that Chihuahua is one of the first ones. I don't know if that's true, but isn't that weird? That of all the dog breeds, Chihuahua is one of the older, more ancient breeds. It's just crazy to think. You can I don't know if that's true. You can Google it to confirm. I'm not actually sure, but I heard that. I'm like, that's funny if that's the case. Supposedly they're pretty ancient. Yeah, so that's actually what I learned about cats. It's sort of funny. My cat came from Mickey. We got Mickey. I don't even remember who officially it came from. Casey's grandmother said, I have 2 cats. They were in an abusive situation. I only want one of them. Do you want a cat? And Mickey was her cat's sister. She had 2 kittens. So we're like, all right. So we took a cat, and that was Mickey. All we know is that she was always a little bit smaller because they wanted, she was the runt of the litter already. She was the smallest one. I've told this story. She was the runt of the litter. They wanted to keep her small, so they fed her the wrong food, so she wasn't getting proper nutrients as a kitten, so she would be stunted. So that's sort of messed up. Barriers down. Yamani must never repeat what happened to the swamp. Bury everything. Another vision. Oh, another vision. I don't know. So this is what I thought I remember. You can Google it and call me an idiot, because I probably am. I thought I heard that... I don't know if it was the... Was it the Aztec Empire, maybe? I thought there were remnants of Chihuahua DNA or something. That old. So, like, they were around at that point already. It could have been not the Aztec Empire, though, but I thought it was in Mexico. One of the more ancient cultures in Mexico. I thought they had depictions or DNA or something showing, like, Chihuahua-like dogs. So they said, wow, this specific gene went back a lot further than we expected it to, meaning it's actually one of the older breeds. But to be fair, like, as long ago as that stuff was, I think by that point, I think we probably already figured out breeding and stuff. I would imagine, I could be wrong, but I would imagine the Mayans, the Aztecs, the ancient Egyptians, they seemed pretty advanced for the time, and agriculture was probably one of the first things you try to figure out as a society, because it ensures protection from starvation. Now, agriculture looks different from culture to culture. Some are hunter-gatherers, but I still think there's a way to try to find a steady food source. Even if agriculture is hunting, I still think you pick up on tricks to try to make sure that it's steady and you're not just going potentially... It's not just a crapshoot, that you're just... Are you going, like... Every other week is someone dying of starvation because it's been months since anyone's eaten, and you're, like, eating each other. It seems like places, people that are hunter-gatherers, still find a way to have a more or less steady way to survive over hundreds, maybe thousands of years even, right? Like, otherwise it'd only be a few generations and they'd go extinct, but they seem to thrive. Not only survive, but thrive successfully. So there's some kind of infrastructure there, it seems like. In Germany, we have a term roughly translated to torture breeding cases like you described earlier. Oh, that's so sad. I have Jerry, as you guys know, my ball python.
Champion or Wayne.
Jerry is what's called a pastel. Ball pythons are from Africa. The ball python world has become so popular that there's so many variations of colors because the genes have been bred and bred and bred. But with that, there's all kinds of weird neurological issues, and some of them, not in all of them. But I was afraid, it just felt weird to like buy like a designer snake. So when I bought Jerry, he's like albinism. It's not albinism, but albinism is a naturally occurring genetic trait that happens in the wild. So Jerry's called pastel, and pastel I think is the opposite of albinism, where I think he has, I thought it was something to do with like melanin. The opposite though, I think albinism is lack of melanin. I think he has like more or too much or something. So instead of him going brown and black, he goes like yellow and black or something. It changes the DNA where he's more yellow than brown, which is cool. So I got sort of like a special rare one, but not one that required human interaction. Like they naturally happen in the wild. Maybe it's like one out of every like 150 or something. So that was cool. It's cool to be able to get like a special one. No, I didn't even know it at the time. When I got him, I didn't know that much about it. Like I've had him for this point 20, God, I want to say like 22, 23 years maybe. He's getting there. He's getting up there in age. You know, he's a lifelong pet. Yeah, I'll send. So we do have a Discord, and I posted pictures in there before. Are you in Discord? If not, I can try to. I don't know if I have a picture on my computer right now. Maybe I can see if I have a picture on my computer. Let's see. Here's a picture. Maybe I can show it through the Discord. I can probably bring it up through the Discord. I mean, I had to clean his cage the other day. So here's a picture. What if I do like this, actually? If I pop it out, and it becomes a web browser page. There. Let's see if this works. There. That's Jerry. Shed not long ago. I had to just pop him in that little thing while I was cleaning his cage. He just sort of sits there. Yeah. It doesn't really show his size, but you can see even here, he's not done shedding. Like, this is where he was still struggling. The back of his tail here had a little bit of shed. He actually shed out of this. So this on his tail ended up actually staying there. Which you can see that just his tail is a little bit. He ended up just keeping that on. It never went off, and then he just shed his whole skin. That came off in like the second shed. So I don't know. That was the first bad shed he had actually since he came back from the vet. But he's been great since, so I'm happy. Yeah, he's beautiful. I love him. I love him.
The world
We actually had a
watch
scare
over
with him.
you.
We got quite sick
Fight
one
well.
time, and I had to give him antibiotics. That was, yikes. Giving a snake needles is not an easy task. Let me tell you that. It's so insane.
We need that cure. Aldiel Shala.
Giving a snake needles is so insane that I've had multiple veterinarians say to me, "You had to give a snake needles? I don't know if I could do that." It's like, bro. To be fair, they're not reptile vets. These were dog and cat vets, so they don't know anything about reptiles. It's not their wheelhouse. They don't like. There's no reason for them to ever even consider giving a reptile. They're never gonna ever touch a reptile unless they go to like a zoo or something. So it's not weird for them to say that. I just thought it was funny that they're like, Jesus, like I wouldn't even know where to begin. It's like, yeah. When you don't have a choice, you sort of figure it out. It's sort of how it goes. It was like that, or like, God forbid, you know, you can't not treat something. You have to treat it. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Right out of your Hashi.
But what we had to do was, and thank God my fiance was so kind to help me with this, is...
The Amani buried all knowledge of Ulatek.
Oh, he's
But
talking.
there is more for us to learn in this swamp.
I would have to lay him out flat,
And then that's where you're headed
and then feel for his spine. And then on either side of his spine, there's a muscle.
Suzora, you can't.
And I would feel for like the fatty tissue, and I would
Go.
have to go under the scale, because his scales like overlap, sort of like this, where it's like this scale ends, this one begins. So see how there's like an overlap here? There's like a hole there. That little hole right there is where you shoot the needle between the scales like that. And it's so hard to do. And you could poke right through the scale, but then the scale like dies and it never heals up. And it's just, that would hurt him. It's uncomfortable. So if you go between the scales, you just puncture the skin and you're able to go into just the muscle. And it's an intermuscular injection. Thankfully, because intravenous would have been, I don't know. Intermuscular is a lot easier and safer to not make a mistake, because like there's so much fatty muscle tissue. But yeah,
do you want?
after I did that for him, I feel like anything I have to do for a cat or dog is probably a cakewalk. That was a
Hashi
very
has given her orders. Our scouts are still
shitty
looking for
situation,
Sujan.
but I was very lucky to have
Suzera
a
wants to believe
unbelievably
he can be
competent
brought
vet,
home.
and she was a
Maybe.
superstar.
But
She
he's
saved his
still
life, and
gonna
I will
answer
forever
for
be
what
grateful
he's
for
done.
that. And what sucks is she actually, I don't know if she moved on, but she's no longer working where she works. But she was there just at the right time. Right after Jerry got better, it was like a few weeks later, she said, I'm leaving. you know, thanks to all my clients, but I'm not working here anymore. So, but it's like, that was a blessing in disguise, man, that she stayed just long enough to make sure he was okay.
Shorel Aran.
Can you hear that?
No other crazy pets, unfortunately.
Nice. It's getting closer.
Listen to me, Zuljara. Zul'Jin dealt you this wound. He set himself against you, your people, and your Loa.
He's my brother. It's my job to protect him. And I let him down. He blames himself for our uncle's death. He needs it to not be in vain. Malakras is using that guilt to control Zul'Jin. He wants Ulatek's power for himself.
No doubt Silvermoon will be his next target. If only Lorthamar would set aside
Story's
his
okay. Can you guys
grudges.
hear okay? Can you guys hear the dialogue
The
okay?
Amani never die. We will survive.
We need you to survive. Fight this, Zuljara.
I won't give up on Zul'Jin. You find that brother of mine.
Zuljara, easy.
Is she gonna
Conserve
die?
your strength.
I don't know if you get into the dialogue. I don't know if it's not too quiet. But anyways. Alright, what do we do here? My
Looking to
funkiest
join a
one wasn't even a pet, but once I blessed a crow? Oh my god, that's crazy, man. That's so cool. Did it get injured or something? Is that what happened? Look at this sick mount. That is sick. How do you get that, dude? Whoa, a 3-headed snake. I love it.
My first mate led a small crew.
Where is
into
he that you got
bog.
that?
They never returned. It's haunted, I tell you. If you're going that way, keep an eye out for them. Maybe they've seen what you're looking for.
Altar of Fangs? Zul'Jin? Is that the raid? Is the raid out? Raid. Venomous Abyss? Is that the new raid, I guess? No, who's Zul'Jin? Is that the solo challenge? Okay. Keep an eye out for, maybe seen what you're looking for. Okay. A crow. How did you even know how to raise a crow? Like, I wouldn't know where to begin with the bird.
Show me where to swing my axe. You think I could be a Hashura? Hey, who did? Oh, ha, you as fired up.
I'm a
as I am,
troll. Why is
Ashura?
this guy? Look how much taller they are than me.
Can't just sit around doing
Are the
nothing
Dark
for
Spear really this
Zuljara.
short
I'm coming
compared
with
to
you.
these guys? These guys, the Amani, right? The Amani tribe. I thought we're the same race. I thought we're just different sects of the same race. These guys are like towering over me. She fell out of a tree with his brother and sister. Wow, that's so nice. Well, that's good karma, man. No mother father showed up, so oh, that's so sad.
You and me, smart.
Well, it's nice to know that people
we
like you
gonna
exist
pull
in the world, you know?
secrets out of this swamp.
You and Stan, Vanilla, all you guys, like, you guys have done so much for your little corner of the world, you know? Just like taking in an animal that doesn't have love, giving it love is all you can ask for. Sometimes you have to figure it out. Yeah, it's true, I guess,
Do
right?
not
Like,
fear
I don't
the
remember who I
dark.
spoke to, too. I spoke to someone. Something like that happened, and I said, well, what'd you do? How'd you figure it out? I said, you just figure it out. You just do. And I never forgot that. That was years ago, and I never forgot that. Like, it's true. Like, you just move forward. You don't have an option. What are you gonna do? Die? Like, there's...
Wild guide you will.
Look in the distance. Restless evil energy fills the sky. The structure ahead must have the answers we seek. The creatures that stand in our way must be culled. We cannot risk another being overcome on such a vital mission. When Zuljahara... Oh, with Zuljahara down, Amani are losing heart with each passing moment. We gotta do something to show them this isn't over. The Tortillans have been helping where they can. Let's repay the favor and help our captain. Or their captain, I guess. Seeing a bunch of the... okay, so we have to just... we're finding the lost Tortillan and bringing them back to their
The
captain.
goddess wills it.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's find the missing Tortolans too. I
This is
bet they got some
Tortollan. I'm
answers
sorry,
for us.
Tortillan is Tortollan. It's on me. I'm saying an I instead of an O. So I don't remember where we are tomorrow for Baldur's Gate, but I think, if I remember correctly, we are looking for Karlach. I think we're doing the Karlach quest starting tomorrow. Maybe do a few... Get a few more, like, side quests to get some XP, and then maybe after Karlach we can... I think we should do the Goblin Camp before the Hag, right? The Hag you do after. I think the Hag we left until the very end, I think, last time, if I remember correctly. Because I misremembering. Why is this guy hurting me so much? What's going on? Is he taking reduced damage? Damage done increased by 30. We could get rid of the blood, bleeding, but... Not the bleeding, the enrage, rather. I said it before, I'm not super undergeared. 275 I don't think is undergeared. Even for this, even for the beginning of this X pack, or patch rather. It's not undergeared enough that I feel like I should feel this weak. And it's not just me as a player, because when I play other classes, it just feels like Feral has to do a lot more just to feel the same amount of power that maybe my Hunter feels for doing like practically nothing. That's all. I've noticed that this whole X-Pack. It was a little bad last X-Pack too. I don't even know where Feral is as far as... Because I'm probably saying this, someone's like, well, if you look at the meters, Feral's #1 in Mythic Plus. Great, but that's a setting with buffs and potions and other people, and in a solo setting, I feel like if you've gotten to this point of item level in the game, you shouldn't really have to consider healing yourself anymore. It's almost like a reward for playing the game for long enough. That, like, you mitigate so much damage that you shouldn't have to worry about, like, just killing stuff in the world. Because you just have such good gear at that point. It's almost like a reward for, like, getting to that point. That's how I feel, at least. That's how it was in vanilla. You raid enough or you get good enough gear, you could sort of coast on that character when you were out in the world because you put in the effort to get the above and beyond gear, which gave you much better stats. At least in honor mode, the Hag could be the hardest fight in the arena. Or the area. Yeah, okay, I do remember that. Yeah. Okay, so... Yeah, so we should do the Goblin first. I was struggling to get some levels last stream, I remember, because I was afraid to do anything. I'm always afraid, like, are we going to do something too early on? What level would you recommend? Or the first thing I guess I'll ask you... Okay, I'll ask this. What level would you recommend minimum for the Goblin Camp? Because it always feels like it's one of the last things we do for Act 1. But could we do it earlier? Is it not as dangerous as I thought? If we play clever, maybe? Like if we poison the, if we poison the pot at the beginning and we, like, do stuff like that, maybe. Maybe you can get away with it a little bit earlier. I know I'm going to screw something up and the entire camp's going to be mad at us. And we're like, alright, this is going to be the next 3 hours. Alright, so we have to free this guy? How do we free him? He's enraged. We have to use something to get the haunting out or something? I don't even see the quest here. What quest is this? Oh. We need her with us. We need to talk to her so she assists us, and then she frees the spirits. I'm dumb. Right? Oh no. I understand. You free her first. Now that you free her, now you can free the other ones. You have to free the named mob first. Now that the named one is free.
Good sacrifice.
So she's possessed. So we'll free these guys, and then we will try to find her. Probably fight her. When she quote-unquote dies, the spirit probably jumps out of her body at 1% health, and then she probably runs back to camp safely. And then maybe she'll be like an NPC or something for us. But it seems like possession is a theme in this area. Like, this guy's possessed as well, see? Possessed by a haunted force. It seems like not just these turtles, but a lot of spirits or things in this area are either trapped as spirits or possessed by spirits. I have to say, I do like the gritty, green, yucky themes. WoW's been a little bit too pretty as of late, so I like that we're sort of going back to a little bit more of like a yucky kind of aesthetic. Swampy, I don't know, I miss it. It makes it feel more dangerous. I don't like when everything's pretty. And Void, or like shadowy, or like, it's still pretty. Like, even though like Void is the bad guy, it's still pretty. It's not, it doesn't have this grittiness, this dirty that this has. Like, our environment right now feels like yucky. I like that better than just like pretty sparkly Void magic, which is still bad guys, I get it, but it's still pretty, it's still sparkly, it's still purple, you know? You want browns, you want earthy tones, the magic's fun too, but sometimes you want to be in the world of Warcraft, not just in like the world of magic. So with good tactics, there are only 2 difficult fights in the Goblin camp. Minthara has hold person. Okay. Rags, I can never say his name. I hear it every time and I always mispronounce it. Ragzlin, I believe is how you say it. That's the taller one, right? He's the taller guy, I believe. Because there's Gut, there's Minthara, unless I'm misremembering. Just Russian Goblin would be a lot harder than if there was strategy involved. So we're gonna have to do strategy. That's fine. That's exciting. We're playing on a harder difficulty. That's intentional. I sort of want to try to push the envelope. You guys have taught me so much, and you're still teaching me so much, that I want to try to challenge myself and see if I can not, because I feel like at this point we can coast a little bit on easy mode at this point. We've done it twice. I think I know enough about the game now that I want to see how creative we can get if we keep wiping. How can we like re-examine the same fight that we've just failed 2 or 3 times and say, okay, what's a different approach? That seems like the most fun challenge of this playthrough. Not to say, like, I'm excited to see Lae'zel's story and like all the stories that we haven't seen yet. I'm excited for that, obviously, but that comes slowly over the whole playthrough. Piece by piece it comes, and when it's done, you see the whole picture. But I feel like the majority of like the experience this time will probably just be the difficulty until we get to the more. I imagine, like most characters, there's probably very significant moments in the story that really like hit home. But usually that happens near the end of an act or the beginning of an act, or more pivotal moments to the character. I imagine the creche is probably going to be really interesting for her. Now that I think about it, that happens pretty early on. I feel like there's probably we're going to get a lot of backstory there. I'm excited for. I didn't realize how cool she was. And hit level 4 before you take anything too seriously. Okay. I'm going to have to Google that so I can be prepared for tomorrow then. Act 1 throwing weapons. Act 1 throwing weapons. Any recommendations? You don't have to answer this if I'm asking a lot right now. Is there any like order or things I should maybe try to do first to try to get to level 4? Quests that are easier, things that I should maybe prioritize because it's just like a quick bump in XP. And you don't have to answer that. That could be a really long-winded question.
The song of the goddess, but it is pained somehow.
The air is thick with restless spirits, but there's more. It is the goddess. Where her voice was, once quiet, I can feel it is now raised in anguish, like a scream of terror. I fear for what we may find ahead. I will follow her voice. Come together, we will uncover her memories of this place. Interesting. The spirits, their weapons, I recognize them. They are Amani, heroes and warriors from our murals and stories. This was the site of a great battle. Once... Jesus, the way he types, or the way he writes. Once that earned us the right to call this land Zolaman. I gotcha. Oof. Once that earned us the right to call this land Zoloman. I get it. The way, just seeing all those missing letters, it took me, I had to read that like once in my head to make that work. On a good day, reading normal language, let alone like the trolls speak. We should bring evidence to our history back to the others watching Zul'Jara to remind them we got our ancestors watching over us. Yeah, that makes sense. Is this a weapon? Ah, I thought this would be teal. That's not what I was expecting. This is not a cool color. I want a color like that.
These are the spirits of the ancient
Well,
Damani
what's the situation with Maul?
This is
Use
the
her
battle
ring
that
all
began
game.
the Empire.
I could backtrack then, because I think we screwed up the mole situation. So where would I backtrack to? And maybe I can do it in the morning before we start stream even, so I don't have to make you guys rewatch content we've done. But what point would I have to backtrack to make sure that I don't screw up the quest? Because I'm happy to do that. If the ring is that good, I would love to try to get it then. Because that sounds like an unbelievably powerful thing to have. We didn't do that much, I think, after we pissed her off, I feel like. So if it's just like 1 or 2 fights, it's like fighting the Harpies or something, I feel like we can do that again. Easy or something. Yeah, I don't think it was the Harpies that screwed it up for us. I just think we did something maybe after or shortly around the time of fighting the Harpies that maybe we somehow broke the quest or messed it up, locked ourselves out of it. Where is this guy flying? I want to get this rare. Where is he? Is he here? Oh, it's you. It's right there. You, buddy. Big Mon. His name is Big Mon. Bro's just Big Mon. He's a Big Mon.
Big Mon God depart.
Yeah, Big Mon. That's funny. I didn't see enough of the interaction with Molt to actually know what went wrong. How long ago did you mess with the children vendors? That's sort of where we ended last stream, I think. I was just messing around with kids, and I haven't been able to stream since because the whole Mickey thing happened. So we're pretty much there. That's what I mean. Like, I feel like the last stream you saw Baldur's Gate is, I think, the last one we did. So maybe we would backtrack like an hour, if that. Maybe not even that. Holy shit. Kiel Roko was here? Did we loot that somewhere else? We could take that back to the dude. That's the dude whose name he forgot or something, right? I think we can give that to him, and then we'll get his treasure. I don't remember where we looted that, but that's probably what we needed. I never talked to the child vendors in Act 1 because there was no good reason to, so I don't completely know. Ah, okay. So I'll backtrack before we even go down there. I had the opportunity to... He showed us in. We saved the kid from the Harpies, I think. You know where I think we messed up, now that I think about it? I think... You have to save her children. I think I did something with the ring that pissed her off. I think I took the ring and I didn't give it back to her or something. Or something like that, and that pissed her off. Could that have done it? Could that have bricked it somehow? Something to do with the ring quest? Where I get pickpocketed or something? Yeah, I think I wasn't pro her shenanigans. I think that's what it was. So we have to go back to the whole shenanigan quest, go pro her shenanigans, and then that should be it. So that's what we can do tomorrow. Have you heard of... This is a little bit off topic, but just because I believe it's the same genre. Have you heard of Rogue Trader? Either of you guys? Rogue Trader, I heard, is a game that's the same genre as BG3. It's not anything like BG3, but it's, I believe, the same type of game as BG3. It's but it's in the Warhammer universe, and people seem to really like it. I think BG3 has more emphasis on like D&D rules and of course the mocap stuff. I don't think this Rogue Trader is D&D rules, but I think it is top-down, like turn-based, sort of like BG3 is. But the whole rule set is completely different. But it seems like it's a popular game, and what I like is that it's in the Warhammer 40k universe, so it's just the idea of like lore. It'd be cool to see the characters and stuff. But, you have to steal the Idol of the Druids. You'll want to at least save someone. We saved Arabella. Okay, so so at least we know where we screwed up, right? Hand low with trinket to the spirit. Cool, so I must have looted something by accident. Now I have it, I did that backwards, but that's cool. this actually an upgrade for us? 266, bro. Spells have a chance to grant random secondary stat, 146 of a random tertiary stat. Okay. Okay. This is not as good. Not nearly as good as what we have. But goddamn is it close. I want to replace this trinket so bad. I hate this trinket so much. Ugh. We're doing this so we can unlock delves. This is the main story. Stealing the idol is actually pretty simple as long as you do the Shadow Druid quest first. After dealing with the Shadow Druids, you use the idol with Mage Hand. I don't even know if have we ever done the Shadow Druid quest? I don't even know if I know what that is.
He must mean the priestess from the memories we saw before. The world.
You can just pick it up? Really? Pretty. Oh, I spoke about this before and I didn't tell you guys. Okay, so I wanted to try PvP this season. I got distracted. The reason why I want to try PvP this season is look at the PvP set. This is the new tier set, if it works. So Transmog's not working now. How is it not coming up? This is 2026 and Transmog's not working? Bro. What is going on? How is Transmog not working? Are we disconnecting? No. There we go. This is the new set for PvE, for raids. The different difficulties. First difficulty, second difficulty, third difficulty, and fourth difficulty. But this is the PvP set. This one is the rare PvP set. This is going to be hard to get, but I like it. I like the shoulders, and the reason why I like it so much is because imagine having this Transmog with this kitty form. I'm always this kitty form. So imagine the pink Transmog with the pink kitty. I feel like it just works. To be fair, the pink kitty is also through PvP. I always wanted this color, and it was so hard to get, and I had to do PvP for it, and it sucked, and I white-knuckled it, and I eventually got it. And I probably pissed off a lot of people. But I tried my best. I'm not throwing, I'm just bad at PvP. But, okay, hold on. I generally use the hand to toss the statue down to that bear with the amulet under the rock. Just pick it up off the ground. Always forget that you can throw... Wow, dude. So, is the Idol of Sylvanas actually something? Like, helpful? To do something? Only 25? I would have guessed more than that, I'll be honest with you. Based on how knowledgeable you are and how well you know everything, I would have guessed more than 25.
I hate snakes. I'm gonna make the Witherbark proud.
Alright, let's sell this stuff. We got too much stuff in the bags.
I have many wares.
Yeah, he's legit a veteran, no kidding. Alright, we got a lot of stuff here to sell. We'll just sell it all, who cares? Yeah, we're not gonna give it to anyone. I could technically... It'd be cool. Oh, it's funny how it looks. I could give it to my alts, but screw it. They'll just unlock it themselves anyway. It's not that complicated. I'm not going to get rid of my tier, even if it is an upgrade. I'm not going to... Like, the tier is too powerful.
Good fortune to our friends.
Oh, I forgot we got this. Yeah, look at this silly little weapon. Isn't that a cool weapon? It's a mace. You can dual wield it and smack people with a fish. The dagger, maybe I can give to my rogue, because she's ready to use it. And that I can give to a hunter right now, actually, too. Okay, that's it. Everything else will sell. So after I give them all the idol, I actually buy it back from her and carry it around, since it's AoE effect. Whoa, so the AoE effect that's there, you get when you loot it? That's nuts. What's free cast
Show me where to
glitches?
swing my axe. I hate snakes. You think I could be a Hashura?
I thought he was going to say something. I thought he was going to say dialogue. I guess not. Alright. Right here.
Ulatek! Ulatek! Ulatek!
Worshippers? What became of them?
Oops. Ulatek, I think, is the snake god, I think, right? Sorry, I don't know if I muted that. I said Ulatek, I think, is the snake god, I believe. Is it up here, this thing we have to investigate? Looks like it's on our mini-map is showing something here to investigate. Is it? It's worn tablet. Oh, it's right here. This tablet's been worn by the elements, mostly in jungle of bright green, fought and then her fangs. In the jungle of bright green, fought and clean? I don't know. +1 nature, maybe some other little effect, but if you have it and walk towards an invisible enemy, you'll see a message of the idol taking effect. Can help locate them if you don't use the map glitch. Bro, did you think about that on your own? Did you figure that out? That's crazy. That's... Thinking like that is like, they hire guys like you to break their shit. So they can like try to prevent stuff like that from happening when they release games. That's crazy. Amani Privateer's Key. I wonder what key would be around here. Is it something, is it maybe in the water? Oh, what's that? No, that's not it. Oh, it's gotta be this dolphin. This dolphin ate it, the hungry dolphin. What does he want to eat? He wants a grizzly morsel. So, we need to open that. We need to find a grizzly morsel to feed the dolphin so the dolphin will spit up the key. So a grizzly morsel you probably buy or loot somewhere maybe. Bro is playing the code, not the game. Yeah, you're not wrong. He is playing a whole other game, man. He is playing a whole other game. I'm telling you. Finding out from Mole isn't really a big deal, but if you do, she says something at the party about someone stealing it from her. Wow, dude. That's nuts. So if she gets mad, does that do anything to hurt you, or? Territorial eel. I wonder if we kill one of these guys, if we'll be able to get the morsel we need, or if it comes from somewhere else. Malfunctioning staff. Let's fight this guy. Maybe this will give us the morsel. Maybe the morsel is something you buy. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. You should like the Spiffing Brit. That's fun. I didn't know. That's interesting that actually someone does that. Not surprising. Amphibious scrap. Is that what we want? Where do we get amphibious scrap? Right there. Oh no. Is it cooking? Is this something I can make with cooking maybe? Malfunctioning staff. We can attack this guy and see if like... I mostly like, but seeing his Heroes of Might magic. Ah, interesting. Practically pork. Okay, I don't... Maybe it's not from here. I feel like it wouldn't be this far out. Far out, man. I feel like it's probably something on land or something along those lines. Oh, bubbling clam. Maybe it's in the clam. I lied. Maybe it is in the clam. Let's take a look. Maybe this... We need, like, something to feed the dolphin, so he poops out a key so we can loot the chest. Let's see if this is it. Oh, we almost looted it. There's no loot there. There's nothing there. Is there anything else in the sea? We're lucky that we're a druid. If we were undead, undead have a racial trait where undead don't have to breathe underwater. Thankfully, we're a warlock on our undead as well, so... Our undead doesn't have to breathe underwater, and warlocks can give underwater breathing. But a druid can cheat and go aquatic form and like reset their breath meter. So we're gonna drown, and then all of a sudden if it gets too low, pop into aquatic form, reset. Pop back out, you're good. Gonna happen again, pop back in, reset. It's a nice little trick. I've only ever noticed something off in his because of how much I've played those games. Stand, have you seen anyone call him out on it or like mention it in comments? I don't even know who this person is you guys are mentioning, but they sound like a very successful YouTuber. Popular, successful YouTuber. Let's loot this last clam before we get caught. I want to see if there's something in here. Luminant pearl. Luminescent pearl. An enormous luminescent pearl. Can't open it. I wonder what we do. It's probably currency or something. Fair. That makes sense, yeah. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of gaming YouTubers anymore. Or not as much as like there used to be. Yep, this guy's dropping pork, he's dropping kinds of stuff, they're not dropping what we want. We'll have to see. Oh, that's nice. It's nice to be able to use your platform for good. Maybe one day, wouldn't that be a blessing to just have enough success that maybe we could like help animals around the world or something? That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? What's this? Oh, this is the staff? This is something else? Oh, brine crusted key. This is a different one. Pearl hoarder. Do I have a pearl for her? Will she take one of the pearls I have? How do I... So she wants the pearls. Oh, right here. You deposit the pearls. Luminescent pearl. She probably wants 3, right? You give her, and then there's going to be probably 2 more missing. She wants 3 pearls, it looks like, I bet. Oh, no, it adds 1. Oh, and she drops the key. You just need 1 pearl. There you go. That's the trick. So go in the water, you look for a clam, you find the clam. Once you find a clam that has a luminescent pearl, you find a little cave located right here on the map. You stand here, drop the pearl, and she gives you the key for the pearl. And that's the treasure chest. That's a fun little puzzle. And we get the Pearl of Jubilation. Stare into the twinkling pearl. Let's see what happens. Boys. Boys! This is peak gaming! Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we've been waiting for. This is what we've been asking Blizzard for this entire time. Finally, it's about time, man. My god. This is my life now. We can stealth like this. That's crazy. Can we attack like this without... Will this break... If we go into combat, will this break stealth? Or break the crab? Let's see if we can... If we can stay in combat like this, that's the funniest thing. Let's see. No way, dude. And we're in a cat form right now, and we get to see our little weapon. We're holding our little weapon. This toy allows you to fight as a crab. We have to make this one... Okay, I'm sorry to say, we have to make this into a short. I don't know how many people know that this crab toy exists, that you could fight as a crab. It's too silly. We gotta share that with people. People gotta figure this out. There are a bunch of PG3 glitches I know that I don't bother Nolly with, like with careful invis potion, the correct setup you can save without a roll. Abduct enemies, bring them whatever. Look, but flying messes up with the flying. Look, I'm like 1 FPS flying because of it. Yeah, absolutely, Alexander. That's the goal, right? Like, that would always be the goal. Singing shell. We got way off topic. Like, we're doing side quest, we're doing main quests, and I'm just finding treasures and just. What is this? Another one, huh? Once we get all of these, we're slowly finding all the rare treasures all throughout the map. Get a mount when you finish, which is exciting. So that's why I'm trying to look for all the treasure chests, because I want the mount at the end. We love mounts. All right, let's go continue the main quest. We're getting so sidetracked here. Abduct enemies and bring them... Wait, Raphael can do that? Or if you have his armor, you can do that? I don't remember if we decided what our team is going to be too in PG3 this time. Did we say we're taking a Astarion? I don't remember. I think we said Gale. Gale. Lae'zel. Did we say Halsin? I sort of wanted to see Halsin's story, but...
Take the injured to shelter!
They were losing. Did they not know Ulatek was coming?
We're flying so weird because we're a crab. Can we mount up as a crab? Oh no, we're not a crab, we mount up. But look, it messes with us, because like, that's why we're flying weird, because we stand up and sit down as we're crab form. I wonder if we're meant to do combat as a crab, or if this is a bug and it's gonna get changed. Isn't that interesting? It happens often, like so early that like maybe it was not intentional and we're just having fun with it now. But it's cool. Yeah,
Power
but
older and greater than the Loa. With it, the Armani will prevail.
so
Again.
a streamer I watch often
We must witness the
Zeroji
rest of this mission
has
together.
played classic WoW for so long, and he's so good at Hunter. He understands the mechanics of the game so unbelievably well that he's pretty much broken the game at this point, and at this point he's constantly looking for new things to challenge, solo, because like it gets to a point where like you're so good at breaking the game, now you're trying to see like how far can you take it. Like what have you not discovered yet that even the devs haven't even considered? And speaking of that, he found not a glitch. There's a quest in World of Warcraft that you can hand in infinitely. If you kill a mob that respawns once a day, you can hand in an item he drops, and it gets you XP. So he farmed this mob twice a day for what felt like months, and he got like 150 of this item. And he leveled from level 40 or 50 to 60 in like 2 minutes, and he got banned because the AI detection said he leveled too fast as hacking. He wasn't hacking, he just did something that the devs never considered in like 25 years of the game. So the AI detected it as hacking because you can't get that much XP that quickly. Again, he's just having fun with the game. Like I love it. I think it's so fun. Like right, like when a game exists for that long, or you have that much time in a game, you get to like sort of have fun with it, right? Like it's cool. The most broken glitch is stacking 10k arcane ward damage resist. Any hit that is 40 damage or less gets reduced to 0. So you're invincible at that point, right? I think you wanted to trade Astarion for Karlach. Right. Abusing that bug is how I survived the hag casting hold person for 200. How long did 220 turns take? That's crazy. That's
Speak to
crazy.
me. Let nature take its course.
220 turns of being held, I probably still need another 10. That's insane, man. Probably took 15 to 20 minutes of me just waiting and able to do anything. Yeah, that's insane. That's crazy. They didn't expect anybody to sit through that, let's be honest. That's game breaking. That's so funny though that you were able to figure that out. These memories, no, not memories, be nightmares, something horrible. Okay, we're gonna have this quest, boys, and I think I do have to call it today. I do apologize. I have some stuff we have to do after stream still, but I will see you guys tomorrow. So, we'll finish this quest quick. Might be another like 5 or so, maybe 10 minutes. But then I'll see you guys in like a few hours, because, you know, stream time comes up quick. So I don't think we're talking PG3 tomorrow. We actually get to play it, so we can sort of put our money where the mouth is about trying to figure out that mole quest. We'll do this quest quick. Probably another like 10-15 at least.
This is no time for sermons, Exali.
I didn't realize it was. I started so late today, which sucks. I was trying to get on earlier.
My brother is right. It is time to take action.
When you see a snake slither by, you raise your foot and stomp. But let me tell you about a time before we came to the swamp, when hungry bugs came crawling in the jungle of bright green. Trolls fought and died, and then they won. What was it they had seen? A snake, a snake. She fought back. She showed the bugs her fangs. They writhed and smashed, and trees fell. The desert was what remained. So next time you step your foot on a serpent, you think to tread. The bugs it bites and swallows will make you their meal instead. I thought at one point it was a poem, but it wasn't reading like a poem.
That's a lot of bugs.
Don't worry, child, it
I
will.
know it! A huge beast will come save us! I can't wait to watch!
Venom of vulnerability, restorative speed.
Look around, Nexai. There's no more time. The Loa do not answer us.
That's so funny. So you did like Skyrim too, huh? Alex was asking me to play Skyrim. I'd like to try Skyrim, so it's at some point we'll give it a shot for sure. The ocean at our back slithers with tentacles, eyes, we are safer. I have stood by your new obsession with rituals and superstitions. Now I need you to hear. Help my soldiers fight off. Okay.
You are
Fighting off
more
bugs.
than a cultist, sister. Be the hero I know you can
As you
be.
foretold, red rain falls from the sky, the heavens align, a great beast rouses, and
I will
okay.
make sure of it.
Most of the war band is injured, isolated, fallen soldiers. So we gotta heal them.
Our warriors die for the Amani, but with their souls, you will save us.
Let's go.
Do you need protection?
Okay. Oh, there's someone here waiting on us. I didn't realize that. What is this, blink? Shift through dark, ping your target's destination, heal. Oh, we have to heal these guys. We have to heal these guys? These guys hurt?
Protection.
5. She lost the desire to heal her allies. Okay. Just fight this guy. I'm not sure I'd say I like Skyrim. I did have some fun breaking. The problem with Skyrim is it's a mile wide but an inch deep. Oh, right. You didn't. I did ask you that. I'm sorry. Yeah, I remember you mentioning that before. A lot of quests are way too fast. Well, I almost prefer that. My issue with The Witcher is I felt it was a little too slow. The Witcher is not a bad game. I'm too all over the place for it. That's the issue. And I feel like The Witcher would have been better if I played it off stream, which goes against like what the whole idea is content. It's like I agree, but in my crazy self-conscious head, there's just a speed in which I feel like I have to do stuff on stream, and it not because anybody told me I have to do it at the speed, but just The Witcher felt like a little bit too slow. That like I would really take my time with it, and
Of course.
I felt like I had to rush through it too much.
Relieve your suffering.
Much like I did Baldur's Gate the first time we played. I rushed through Baldur's Gate the first time we played. Same reason. And I learned my lesson the second time, and it was much more enjoyable. So, that's like my fear with playing these games on stream. Like, I wonder, like, what a good problem to have. People want you to play specific games on stream.
Get up. We need to fight.
Oraka.
It's true. I need you.
So I have to
Both
balance
of you.
doing that with enjoying it. And what a ridiculous problem to complain about. But I just feel like some of these games, Witcher specifically, like they're so dense and require so much reading, and the pace in which you approach
Do you
it
need protection?
often is better if you really take your time, which in my opinion is sort of the opposite of like the pace of streaming for the most part. I think Elden Ring is a good balance of both. It's a little bit faster paced, but I think a game like Fallout, Witcher, Skyrim, to really get the full experience, I feel like it's best if you're just playing in your living room and there's no one watching and you don't have any. You can just take your time, explore, get lost, spend 3 hours just urbing, right? I mean, do 2 quests to be a guild master. What really bugs me is when you lead the Thieves Guild, then you do the Dark Brotherhood. To talk to someone as if you aren't the best damn thief they've ever seen. So did you guys like The Witcher then, or maybe not? The Witcher combat would be different, I guess, right?
But I
I saw Sodapoppy play. I think it was Morrowind when it came out again with the re-release, and it actually looked complex in a really good way. It looked like it was like a lot of not complex, not hard. It looked like there's like a lot you can do, a lot of like freedom maybe, just interactions, like a typical RPG. It seemed like a cool game, like a big game, a cool game, a game that allows for many playthroughs because many different ways you can play it. I imagine Skyrim's the same. Much like Baldur's Gate is, right? You can play it many, many times and it's not like a slightly different outcome. Even if it's just playing different classes, like it feels a little different.
This what you been planning, witch? I'll cut your neck!
Whoa. I wasn't expecting that. Lady. Why are you attacking us? Aren't we on the same side? What is happening?
always hated ya. The feeling was mutual.
Making a spell to let you jump from one end of the world to the other just needed a way to survive the landing. That's so funny. That's how the game was? That's so silly. Was it Morrowind that you could be cat people, or was that another game I'm thinking of? It was like a cat race? Can you teleport there? Teleport there. No, LOS. There. Sort of. What are we freeing someone? Are we healing someone? We have to heal 2 more people. You did not play Witcher yet. I think you're gonna like The Witcher, man. I really do. It goes on sale quite often, much like the other games, so just keep an eye out for it. Check those websites like GOG and stuff, and you can probably get it for a reasonable price. Vanilla, if you know Vanilla First, who's in Twitch often. He actually was here today. He turned me on to The Witcher, and
Another use for you.
he hyped it up a lot. I was hesitant. I didn't know how much I'd like it, and I stand corrected. He was right. It was a good game. It is a very good game. There's a reason why it's as popular as it is. If you don't rush through it and you take your time, it truly is a special experience. I think much like Baldur's Gate was, they're not comparable, but they both feel like they've sort of carved their own space in the genre that they exist in. Where other games feel like it, but they feel like they did an exceptional job, standing apart from like almost everyone else in that genre. And what I'll say about The Witcher is, and this maybe is not spoiling anything, but I don't know if it's a popular opinion or not. I didn't like the base game very much. Didn't think it was that good. I thought the 2 DLCs were brilliant. So I sort of did rush a little bit through the base game. I was a little bit bored. It wasn't awful. I played it up, and I was transparent about this. I played it up for the camera more because I wanted it to be somewhat entertaining. I felt it was a little bit slow. But once we got into the DLCs, I didn't feel that I had to play it up as much, and I was grateful for that. And I even expressed that because it felt insincere, but at the same time, I was afraid it would have felt like a slog. So that's why I just sort of pushed through it, because it felt, and again, it probably was just a product of its time. It could be that I just wasn't interested in the lore, but it could also just be that it's a bit of an older game. So it's a little bit of both, but I still think the game, pound for pound, especially when it goes on sale, is absolutely worth the experience of trying. The Witcher 3, if you know nothing about the universe, is still worth checking out, just because of how massive it is, how good the story is, how cheap it is. Like it's an experience, man. You can be different kinds of humans: orc, elf, reptile, cat. Spell creator. That's cool. You could create spells. That's such a cool idea. Wow, dude, that's so cool.
How may I be of use?
Well, like I said, like Heart of Stone, and I actually like the other one better. Heart of Stone might have been a better story, a bit. It was a little bit of a better story. The quests in Heart of Stone were better, I'll be honest. It was a tighter story, but I liked the vampires, and the zone, the environment of the other one was better. Both X packs were brilliant. They carried the base game so hard. Not that the base game was not good, but the X packs were so good. They were so much fun. The stories were fun, and the environments were so cool. They were so fun. I can't stress it enough. Witcher DLC. Witcher 3, I mean, not Witcher 1 or 2. I haven't played those. The third one, I mean. Where's the rest of our warband? Lines are breaking. Soldiers will hold them off as long as they can. Okay. Defeat. This is probably the last part of the quest. Probably the big boss. Big boss with the applesauce, and that's GG.
I have seen the rift beneath the world. From it, I summon
Need about
power
10
for
minutes
the
later than expected.
Armani.
I was hoping to get on to take closer to 1, but I think we ended up getting around 2:30, unfortunately. Cinematic?
Behold the might of our salvation. Ulate!
Bro. That's the mount. This is the guy that I told you about. This dude. I think this is the guy you fight to get the mount. So there's a solo dungeon that you can fight this guy in. And if you beat him within the first week, you get a title and a mount. If you beat him after the first week, you get a mount, which is still exciting.
This is the price of victory. Upon the bones of each Armani sacrifice, our empire will rise.
I took it that she summoned Ulatek to fight the Void
all
guys.
those Armani to summon Ulatek, and now Zul'Jan has a dagger.
But the bugs would have taken over, right? So you needed to summon him. There was no other way around it. Am I missing something? You wouldn't have killed the bugs otherwise. The Akir or whatever, they would have taken over. So you had to have summoned your god to help fight against it, or it would have been GG. I don't know what else you're thinking. You were already losing. Summoning it is the only thing that stopped you from dying, right? Oh, now she's possessed. Jesus.
Owena, you speak to Nexali now. Kneel, and I'll let you live. But not you, Armani.
Oh,
Ashura!
she killed him? Oh, now I have to fight him? Let's nuke her. Let's see. Watch, we'll nuke the shit out of her. Is she gonna... Let's do this. Before we nuke her, we're gonna pop our trinket so we can try to do as much damage to her as possible. See if we can one-shot her before she pops, unless she has invulnerability, that'll suck. But let's see. Pop the trinket. Stealth, pop over there. Tiger's Lust. Boom. Oh, I should have done Berserk first. It's okay. Ah, didn't do as much burst as I expected. That's okay. Yes, she's immune now. There you go. Immune.
Oh, I like this body.
Immune. This is probably mechanic, this boom boom boom, in one of the dungeons, I bet. We just have to wait for this to end, right? Yeah. Developers, take note. We don't like immune mechanics. Diablo used to do it all the time, and we always complained we don't like immune mechanics. Immunity just feels bad. It's a waiting game. When the mob is immune, if there's something we have to do to break the immunity, that's different. But if it's just waiting for them to finish casting, for the immunity bubble to go away, it sort of feels bad. Because it's like we're just waiting there, honestly. We're just surviving mechanics. And maybe people like it, but it seemed like the Diablo community was pretty... We agreed, like, we don't like the idea of us not being able to do anything, just waiting. That just sort of feels psychologically
The
bad.
dagger, the sacrifices. I know what afflicts Zul'Shara.
You hit hard for having such little tusks.
Again, if it's a mechanic where it is immunity, but you have to, like, grab something, put an idol in a socket, and then it breaks the immunity, that's different. That's like only a short time of immunity. But if it's just like us attacking and then our cooldowns are being wasted because it hit an immune target and we're waiting another like 10 or 15 seconds while it's just RP is happening or we're just avoiding fire, it just feels a little bit like it slows down the pace, I think, is why it sort of sucks. It's not even that it's hard, it just there's like a certain like dance that happens in combat, and when stuff like that happens, it sort of like interrupts it a little bit, it feels. I feel the same way about stuns, I'll be honest. When they added stuns to Overwatch, it felt like it sort of messed with the dance, the flow of combat, and it became more janky feeling after that. That would be a mount I would want too. Yeah, dude, it's sick, right? Like, I don't even think we can do it yet. I don't know where it is. I think this might be it here, maybe, or maybe we don't even have it on the map yet. But it's a solo delve that we have to solo, I guess, to get the mount. So maybe one stream we can try to do it on stream. I don't think I'm going to do it very quickly. Probably gonna get my ass kicked, but it would be fun to try. I see there's a quick treasure here. We'll grab and then we'll go. Right there, Chris Dagger. Is that like transmog? Oh, he's just laughing at me. Adds this toy to your toy box. A Chris Dagger. Why do you laugh at you? What's gonna happen when we click it? What's gonna happen to us? Can't use this while pacified. What's it gonna do to us? That's a big dagger, man. Oh, he just follows us and laughs at us. He just periodically laughs at us? You are being haunted by Jaktu's spirit. Jaktu's spirit. Alright. Dude just shows up once in a while to point and laugh at us. I'll take it. I'm used to it after streaming for so many years, right? Immunity needs to have something else for the player to do while the immunity just standing around. Yeah, that's what I mean, Stan. Well, that's sort of what happened in Diablo. That's why that's sort of what sucked about it. Alex, I don't know why. Dude, that's what I said at the beginning of stream today. It seems like I'm very fortunate anytime I get a subscriber. And it happens
no venom,
maybe once every few months I'll get one subscriber. Which is very exciting when it happens. Maybe if I was lucky, maybe we'll get like maybe 5 to 6, maybe more, but it feels like that. Maybe 5 to 6 subs a year. And suddenly, over the past few days, I think we got like 6, which is like more than we've gotten, I think, more or less up to this point, or it's been slow is my point. And all of a sudden there was an influx. I don't know why. I don't check the numbers, I just post. And I'm not checking the numbers, we've said this before, and then we'll all make it in stream here, but I'm not happy to admit this, but I'm not psychologically strong enough to not associate my self-worth with like how well a stream or a short is performing. And I don't want that association. I don't want it. But for whatever reason, I'm so mentally ill that I do associate it. So if I see the number, and if I'm doing really well, and the next one doesn't do as well, like I feel bad. So I don't want to even have to experience that. I don't even want to have to feel good because it's doing well. I'm just gonna post it anyways because people seem to enjoy it, and it helps people find us. That's the biggest thing. People seem to be finding us because of these posts. Anytime I use social media for recreation, I feel so like such negative emotion. So I post it, and then I just walk away. I'll give the phone to my fiance to be like, can you please check the notifications, see if anybody commented. I'll respond to them, but I just don't want to see this one's outperforming. This one got this many views because like it won't last forever. I'm very grateful it's doing well now, but when it doesn't do well, it's gambling. It's why I don't gamble. When I win at gambling, I feel, you feel so good. If you lose at gambling, you feel really bad. It gets to a point where the wins are like, it's about time I've won, but every time you lose, it feels bad. So like the winning doesn't, the winning of gambling, the high gets softer and softer and softer to the point where winning doesn't even feel that great anymore. It just feels like it's about time. I've lost so much, it's about time I finally win. You almost get angry. But when you lose at gambling, it always feels bad. And that's sort of how social media feels to me. I am forever grateful that people are subscribing. I cannot express that enough. And I will try my utmost to post more often, both in shorts and streaming, as well as I want to actually start posting long-form videos on YouTube as well. And I hope that you guys can see that that's my way of expressing my deepest gratitude. Because I don't want to look at the numbers. Yeah, because it's just too, and it's not even that like people. The reason why I hate looking at the numbers is because it's the algorithms that mess with you. Like, they want you to pay to play, so they'll give you, like, a taste of success, and then be like, all right, now give us money and we'll give you more success. That's, like, the manipulation. It feels like being in, like, a bad relationship. Has nothing to do with people finding the videos. Has nothing to do with you guys. It has to do with the way social media operates. The way that the algorithms operate, or the way the people that create these websites operate. It's, like, very manipulative, and it works off your emotion. Much like gambling does. Same thing, right? Like, So knowing that, it's just like, all right, this is just a tool. I'm using it as a tool. What I look forward to is going live and talking to you guys. If I can get people to find us by posting this stuff, that's the point of it. But to be fair, and I don't mean to be rude, I have seen a lot of chats. I've seen a lot of Twitch chats. I've seen a lot of YouTube chats. I don't know what we did to get so lucky in another life, but I have the cream of the crop. You guys are not only respectful, but like you guys are informative. I feel like we have really cool conversations, right? Like Stan is absolutely right. He understands math too much to think gambling's a good idea. Pretty much, like Einstein said, the only way to win at gambling is to take your chips off the table and run out the door. And I agree. But I'm so lucky. Like you, Vanilla, Kelth, Torin, like all you guys are so cool. And I've learned so much, and I look so forward to chatting with you guys. Like I don't know how I've gotten so lucky, but I've expressed my gratitude before, but I sincerely again, like really, 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 this is the highlight of my week. To be able to show up and chat with you guys is so fun. So, but maybe we should end it there. Maybe that's a good place to end it. You know, we'll stream tomorrow. Baldur's Gate. I look forward to it. It's birthday week. That's what I'm saying. I keep saying this because there's no excuse not to show up tomorrow. I'm not doing anything. I have the whole week off, other than like running to the store and shit like that. Preparing. My family's coming Saturday because my birthday's Friday, but people work obviously, so they're coming Saturday. But just like preparing shit like that. Other than that, we're just streaming. So I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. That being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I will see you guys very soon. I have to run to the store before they close. But I appreciate the kind words about the subscribers. I do. It feels weird though. Like I'm aware that I'm a monkey. You know, I'm a monkey dancing for the audience, and that's okay. I think anyone that takes this for granted doesn't realize how lucky they are, I guess. And we're not even making that much money. It's not even about the money, just the opportunity to like have a platform and be able to like do this and play games and chat with cool people. Like it's not an experience everybody gets, you know. So it's something I've always wanted. So to be able to sort of have something that you sort of dreamed of. And what a silly thing to dream of, but who cares? I have. It's always been fun. I've always grown up watching streams. So to be able to be on the other end of it is sort of fun. It's like being a stand-up comedian. It's just like it's a fun thing to do, right? Like, that's all. If you must gamble at a casino, play poker against other people, at least then you aren't playing against the house. True. I didn't think about that. I guess in poker, you're more or less playing against other people. I never considered that. That's interesting. Casinos must hate that. Because if people are bad players, they must be... Or... Is it players' money that they're losing? So the casino doesn't lose any money. They just host the event. Is that how it works? I know I said I was going to go. I'm sorry. I said I was going to go. But if I understand it correctly, then maybe the casino doesn't have a whole lot of money on the table. Maybe just the dealer's money is on the table, which is the casino's money. But most of the money in the pot is probably from players. So if someone... So the casino gets to host the game, make most of the profit, and doesn't even lose that much money. That's interesting. If I understand that correctly. I don't know gambling. It goes to show how little I know about gambling. It goes to show, right? I don't do it. I don't know about it, dude. Okay. You guys are the best. I will see you guys tomorrow, if you're available for Baldur's Gate. Be safe. Playing against other people. The house just takes a cut of the pot. God damn, casinos are smart. Man, we gotta open a casino. We gotta make enough money with streaming that all of us collectively can open a casino and make this casino money. Because however they figured it out, that people are willingly giving them money when the odds are stacked against them. I don't know what kind of magic that is, but I need to find that tome, and we need to cast that spell. Because we can save a lot of animals with casino money, let's be honest. Okay, boys. With that, we'll open up a cat sanctuary casino. You can bet on which cats are gonna finish their food the fastest. Have a wonderful night. I will see you guys tomorrow for Baldur's Gate. Be